phone on mute when necessary. When active participant, be respectful. After webinar, feedback link will be provided only those who are attending for webinar. Certificate will generate after filling your feedback form. Good morning all of you. Good morning to one and all. I welcome you all to this one-day online national webinar on relevance of medicinal plant in current scenario, organized by MB Patel Art, Commerce and Science College, Sakoli, Bhandara. पिबन्ति नद्यान् स्वयमेव नामा स्वयं न खादन्ति फलानि वृक्षा नादन्ति सस्यं खलु वारिवः परोपकाराय सतां विभूतयः. Today we are honored to have with us Chief Guest Professor Dr. Nitin Dongarwar, Professor and Head, Department of Botany, Rashtra Sant Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur. Resource person Dr. Pankaj Shrama, presently working as Senior Scientific Professional at Himachal State Bio-diversity Board, Shimla, India. Second resource person Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar, Department of Botany, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Today's President, Dr. H.R. Trivedi, Principal, MB Patel College, Sakoli. Now, I also welcome Dr. Inda Kandam, Head Science Associate Professor, Satyabhama University. I also welcome Dr. Khapekar, Dr. Doifode, Dr. Dongre, Dr. Jadhav, Dr. Jutode, Dr. Bhandarkar, Dr. Ghoshal, Dr. Bodke, and Dr. Narkhede from Nagpur University. I also welcome principals of various institutes, head of the department, parents, research scholars, and my dear students. Sir, now I invite to Dr. Amit Temhurne, Department of Physical Education, MB Patel College, Sakoli, to give concept note about the webinar. Please, Dr. Amit Temhurne, sir.
Good morning, one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. So, dear speaker, guest, participant, and student, a warm welcome to all. As we know, medicinal plants, also called medicinal herbs, have been discovered and used in traditional medicine practices. Since prehistoric times, plant synthesis hundreds of chemical compounds for function, including defense against insect, fungi, diseases, and herbivorous mammals. In many countries, there is little regulation of traditional medicine, but the World Health Organization coordinates a network to encourage safe and rational usage. Medicinal plant face both general threats such as climate change and habitat destruction, and the specific threat of over-collection to meet market demand. The aim of this webinar is to create an awareness among the students, teachers, professors, doctors about the medicinal plants. And as we all know that world is dealing with corona disease, and more guidance program like this webinar is very much necessary in this period. So again, I welcome you all and hand over the mic for the further procedure to Dr. Sanjay Meshram, sir.
Thank you very
Did you kindly
Kindly
unmute
unmute
yourself?
yourself. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, we are audible, sir.
Yes. Good morning, one and all. Principal Dr. Trivedi sir, who is president of today's function. Organizers Dr. Sanjay Meshram, Dr. Amit Temhurne, Dr. Amit Jagia, Dr. Khushal Borkar. Speakers Dr. Pankaj Shrama, Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar. At the outset, I am very much thankful to the organizers for making me a part of inaugural function of one-day interdisciplinary national webinar on the topic relevance of medicinal plants in the current scenario, organized by B Patel College of Arts, Commerce, Science, Sakoli. Now, we all know that India is one of the richest countries as far as biodiversity is concerned, and it has about 15 agroclimatic zones, and we are blessed with around 17,000 to 18,000 flowering plants. And it is estimated that out of these 18,000 flowering plants, 7,000 flowering plants have medicinal usage. And most of these plants have been documented from Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, and homeopathy. And we know that the herbal drugs, they constitute a major share of the recognized system of health in India, mainly Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, and naturopathy, except the allopathy. Now, more than 70% of India's population is still using non-allopathic medicines for curing their various ailments. Now, there is no separate category of herbal drugs or dietary supplements as per the Indian Drugs Act, but the revisions are being made. Now, medicinal plants are the part and parcel of our daily livelihood, and India is blessed with more than 550 ethnic groups or Aboriginal people who are using medicinal plants from several years, and this traditional knowledge is passed on from generation to generations by experience only to the family persons. But recently, Government of India has formed Ministry of Ayush under the Ministry of Health, Department of Ayush. They have started, and now the Ayush have started documentation of the traditional medicinal plants which are used by these ethnic groups and the tribal people. Now, we all know that India is one of the 17 mega biodiversity country of the world, and which constitutes about 7% of the total biodiversity. And we have the medicinal plants growing from Himalayan region to marine, from desert to the rainforest ecosystem. The Ayurveda system of medicine, where Ayu means life and Veda means the system of medicine. Now, this system of medicine is around 3,000 years old, and it is widely accepted all over the country. The Ayurveda is basically based on 7 layers of body tissues, which are Rasa, Mamsa, Rakta, Med, Majja, Asthi, and Shukra. And it is said that if all these 7 layers are working together, then our immunity will be boosted. Now, due to the pandemic of COVID-19, many of the people, they have started turning towards the traditional medicine, and several companies have come up with some Ayurvedic kadhas, claiming that they are able to boost up the immunity and cure the diseases also. And we are already following this traditional medicine and alternative medicine from several years. But main problem with the medicinal plants is that there is problem with authentication of plants, because in Ayurveda, the local names or Sanskrit names are there, and the correct identification of these plant is also sometimes problematic. If the botanical name is not there, then we are not able to identify whether the plant which we are talking is anything. Say, for example, Shankhapushpi is one plant. There are several plants which are called as Shankhapushpi in vernacular way, and 3 or 4 plants are there like Scanscora decurrens, Scanscora decussata, Evolvulus alcinides are there. So if we know which is the exact Shankhapushpi which is mentioned in the Ayurveda, then we will be able to extract the exact medicinal potential from that plant. Now that part is also should be worked on. Another thing is that whatever medicinal plants which we are using in the Ayurveda and other traditional medicines, majority of them, they are collected from the wild. And while collecting these plants, mostly these plants are collected in unscientific way. So there is loss of these plants, and nobody cares about replantation of these plants or regeneration of these plants. So we are also losing a large number of these medicinal plants. Then the conditions like climate change, then forest deforestation, forest cutting, then urbanization have also made major impact on the medicinal plants, and these medicinal plants are decreasing day by day. Now, there are so many 100 medicinal plants which have highest demand in the Indian market as well as international market. So these are overexploited medicinal plants, and many of these medicinal plants are on the verge of extinction if we don't pay any measures towards the conservation of these plants. Now, in Ayurveda, there are several plants which are considered to be the immunity boosting plants, and majority of these plants are very common plants like moringa, which is called as shevga, or in Marathi, neem, tulsi, ashwagandha, then trifada, ginger, garlic, turmeric, and black cumin. Now, some medicinal plants, they have got antioxidant property, and due to this antioxidant property, these medicinal plants probably delay or prevent several diseases in human beings. I'm very happy that B Patel College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Sakoli, is organizing this one-day interdisciplinary national webinar on the relevance of medicinal plants in current scenario. And you all are eager, and I'm also eager to listen to the two speakers, Dr. Pankaj Shrama and Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar. I am once again thankful to the organizers to make me a part of the inaugural function. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सर. सर आपका स्पीच सचमुच बहुत ही इम्प्रेसिव था, और इससे रिलेटेड 2 वर्ड कहना चाहता हूं. पथ्य सति गदार्थस्य भेषज ग्रहणेति, पथ्य अस्ति गदार्थस्य भेषज ग्रहणेति. मानव को मेडिसिन तो पता हो गई, बट मेडिसिन कलेक्ट करने के बहाने पेड़ों की कत्ल होने लगी. लेकिन सही तरीके से कौन सा पार्ट यूज में है वो यदि हमको पता होगा तो प्लांट हम सेव कर सकते हैं और उसको हम कंजर्व कर सकते हैं. नाउ आई रिक्वेस्ट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ कॉलेज डॉक्टर HR Trivedi for his presidential address. Please, sir.
Trivedi sir, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Here, okay. So good morning to one and all present here in this one-day interdisciplinary webinar organized by our college. our college is Gondia Education Society's 5-decade-old college, running arts, commerce, and science disciplines. And when this concept come to me that we want to conduct a interdisciplinary seminar, we have conducted a seminars on physical education. We have conducted seminars on botany. But now this is a merger of both botany as well as with the physical education. Today's chief guest, Dr. Dongarwar sir, who has consented to be present here and delivered his address recently. And the speakers of today's function are Dr. Pankaj Shrama from Himachal and Mr. M.S. Nimbalkar from Kolhapur. And the chairpersons and the members who have consented to be present here with us and will remain in this seminar with us. So one thing which we have come across in nowadays, from last 1 year, last December, the word is immunity. And when we talk about the immunity, there's so many things which come to us. Dongarwar sir has rightly said that the herbs, the authenticity of herbs, so many things are selling in nowadays in part of the corona drugs, and recently government has banned to sell these drugs in the name of corona. But we have seen that these medicinal plants have given a tremendous effect on the mankind, and the many drugs or many people who are cured are due to these medicinal plants. So very much think that when we come across the word of stamina, the word of health, then these drugs are very, very important, like ashwagandha, like tulsi, like ginger, and other, the trifada and so on. So once again, we are very much eager to see our speakers from both ends. One is from Himachal, other is from Kolhapur. Our chairpersons who are with us, and the dignitaries, the professors, the faculty members, research students who are present here. So I welcome on the behalf of Gondia Education Society, management, staff, and student to this program. So once again, thanking you very much. I hand over the reins to the conduction, Dr. Sanjay Meshram, Dr. Amit Temhurne, Dr. Rajiv Meshram, Professor Amit Jagya, Dr. Kanchan Khaparde, and Dr. Borkar. So wishing you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I request to Dr. Kanchan Khaparde to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, one and all. I, Dr. Kanchan Khaparde, on the behalf of B Patel College, Sakoli, I take the opportunity to propose the vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to their webinar on relevance of medicinal plants in current scenario organized by our college. I thank our chief guest, Professor Dr. Nitin Dongarwar, Professor and Head of the Department, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. Thank you, sir, for their presence. We are thanks to our resource person, Dr. Pankaj Shrama, Senior Scientist, Professional at Himachal Pradesh State Bio-diversity, Shimla, and Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar, sir, Department of Botany, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, for their important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. A special thanks to our principal for their support. Thank you. Meshram sir.
Now we start technical session 1. Good morning, respected members. Today, Chairperson Dr. Seema Bodge, Department of Botany, Government Arts Science College, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. She did MSc in 1996 and PhD in 2000 from the Nagpur University. Have total teaching experience more than 20 years and research experience more than 18 years. Field of interest, psychology, ethnobotany, conservation. Number of research papers published, member of various faculty body, deliver a lecture as a resource person, number of seminars and conferences. Now, I request to ma'am to chair this session as a chairman. Please, ma'am.
Yes, Dr.
Thank you,
Meshram.
ma'am.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, sir.
It's my proud privilege to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Pankaj Shrama, recently working as Senior Scientific Professional at Himachal State Bio-diversity Board, Shimla, India. He obtained his PhD in Botany from Kumaon University, Nainital, Uttarakhand. Earlier, he was associated with GB, Plant National Institute of Haryana, Himalayan Environment and Sustainable Development, Almora, Uttarakhand. Dr. Sharma has written, edited more than 20 books on agroforestry, biodiversity, climate change, environmental issues, biotechnology, medicinal plant, etc. And more than 60 research papers and review papers in national and international journal of proceeding and books. He has written more than 25 Hindi articles in many popular magazines. Dr. Sharma is the fellow and life member of several academic societies. He is in advisory editorial board reviewers of several international journals. He has more than 15-year research experience in the field of biodiversity, conservation and management. Now, I invite sir to deliver presentation. Please, sir, Dr. Sharma, sir, I invite to deliver presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay. Good morning, all. A very warm welcome to all of you in this one-day interdisciplinary national webinar on relevance of medicinal plants in the current scenario. First of all, I congratulate the organizers for organizing such a platform to all of us. I also, on the behalf of Himachal Pradesh State Bio-diversity Board, Shimla, thank you to Dr. H.R. Trivedi, Principal MB Patel College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Sakoli, for organizing and providing all of us such a platform. I am also thankful to Dr. Sanjay Meshram, Organizing Secretary, for giving me this opportunity to share my views regarding importance of medicinal plants in front of you. I am also thankful to all the participants present here. Dear friends, the title of my today's talk is Role of Medicinal Plants in Enhancing Health, Hygiene, Immunity, a case study from Himachal Pradesh. Dear all, as you know, Himachal Pradesh is also known as land of mountains, land of gods, or it is the storehouse of various medicinal plants because it has huge biodiversity. As you know, biodiversity means variety and variability among the living organism in a particular area is called as biodiversity. The status of biodiversity in contrast to Indian Himalayan region, as you know, Indian Himalayan region is one of the mega biodiversity hotspots, covers 5.3 lakh square kilometers. and supports 3 biogeographic zones, that is Trans Himalaya, Northeast Himalaya, West Himalaya, and 8 biogeographic provinces, that is Ladakh Mountains, Tibetan Plateau, Northwest, West, Central, East Himalaya, Brahmaputra Valley, and Northeastern Hills. It has large altitudinal range, ranges from 200 meter to 8,000 meter, represents various tropical, subtropical, temperate, subalpine, alpine, tundra ecosystems, and represents 21 forest types. Also covers 10 culture groups, supports 18,440 plant species, and more than 30,000 species of fauna. It also supports 1,748 species of medicinal plants, 675 species of wild edibles, 118 species of essential oils yielding medicinal plants, 155 species of sacred plants, 960 species of orchids, and more than 300 species are used as fodder. Indian Himalayan region also represents 18 biosphere reserves all over the country, 105 national parks, and 543 wildlife sanctuaries in the Indian Himalayan region. Many of the species are included in the Red Data Book species. Himalayan ecosystem is very rich in its endemic. It has approximately angiosperm more than 8,000 species, out of which 40% are endemic to the Indian Himalayan region. There are 44 species of gymnosperms, about 600 species of pteridophytes, 1,737 species of bryophytes. Lichens there are 1,159. This is the list of endemic species present in the Indian Himalayan region. As you know, biodiversity has different values, or we can say that it provides us various ecosystem services. Biodiversity has various direct values, means we consume biodiversity or plants as it is present in the nature. For example, we take medicinal plants, we take food, fodder, fuel, timber from various plants. Biodiversity also has indirect values. As you all know, it provides oxygen. We get oxygen from the plants. It also has aesthetic values. As you know, there are various beautiful places, like in Himachal, as I am speaking from Shimla, you can, when there is name coming Shimla, in your mind, 2 days strike snow. This is a best example of aesthetic value. And biodiversity also has ethical value related to religion. There are various species which are used in our culture, tradition, and various religious purpose. As I am belong to Himachal Pradesh, the flora of Himachal Pradesh, in Himachal Pradesh there are more than 3,158 species documented of angiosperms. Gymnosperms, there are 13 species. Pteridophytes are 124 species. And total in Himachal Pradesh, there are 3,295 species documented in the flora of Himachal Pradesh. You can see here various plants. The first one is Nagchatri. This is one of the high value medicinal plants. Botanical name is Tylium govinianum. Next is Berberis, locally named as Kasmal. You can see in the various eye tones like Baba Ramdev's Drishti eye tone. You see in the constituent there is a chemical which is called as berberine, which is extracted from this Berberis aristata or Berberis lycium species. Next is rhododendron, which is called as Burans. There is another species, Rhododendron campanulatum, which is state flower of Himachal Pradesh. When we talk about nativity and endemism, nativity means origin. Origin of a species is called as native. If a species found in these countries, this is known as Himalayan region. It covers about 8 countries: Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh. When a species is present or originated from this, then it is called as native to Himalayan region. Next word comes endemism. Endemism, when a species confined to a particular place, then it is called as endemic species. For example, we can say that here in Himachal Pradesh, lot of plants of Devdar, which are not found in the Maharashtra. So we can say that the Citrus Devdara is endemic to Himachal Pradesh or J&K and Uttarakhand. These various types of native and endemic species form bioresource in the form of biodiversity. Bioresource means plants, animals, microorganisms, or parts of thereof, their genetic materials, excluding value-added products, with actual potential use value, but does not include human genetic material, as per Biological Diversity Act 2002. Bioresource is basically the subset of biodiversity. Or biodiversity, as we travel from lower to upper, or means plains to higher altitude, we get various types of forests. Like in plains, from we get the forest of sal, teak, kikar, next Pinus roxburghii, Pinus wallichiana, rhododendron, and the last plant species we get Bhojpatra, which is also known as Betula utilis. After that, timberline starts. These forests are present in different habitats like degraded, riverine, dry forest. And during this journey, we get various types of forest. And from these forests, we get various wild edibles like rhododendron arboreum. We also get these rhododendron arboreum. There is a juice rhododendron. Next species is Morcella esculenta, which is highly proteinaceous species. It provides a lot of proteins. Next is Cornus capitata, which is a wild edible. Berberis lycium. Next is Corylus jacqueminti. It is heart-shaped seed like almond, which is very costly. Next is Eleginus confortata, locally known as gyain. Next is Hippopis salicifolia, which is also called as sea buckthorn. This is the plant which has highest number of antioxidant properties or highest number value of vitamin C. As today's webinar basically based on relevance of medicinal plants in boosting our immune system. So bioresource is also used in health, especially in case of medicinal plants. And Indian Himalayan region is very well known for medicinal plants. Medicinal plants extracted for drugs, pharmaceutical industries, whilst medicinal plants used in Ayurvedic, allopathic, Unani, Tibetan, and other indigenous system of medicine and homeopathy. Medicinal plant enhances or boosts the immunity of multicellular organism by resisting the harmful microorganisms. As you know, the natural stock of medicinal plants is under tremendous pressure, and Himachal Pradesh is seen as a herbal state and medicinal plants as a major source of income generation here. There are plenty of scope for the promotion of medicinal plants conservation and cultivation in the state. If we talk medicinal plant diversity of Indian Himalayan region, there are about 1,748 species of various plant species used as medicinal plants, belonging to 223 families and 915 genera, among which 1,020 are herbs, 338 species are of shrubs and 339 species of trees, and ferns are 51 species which are used as medicinal plants all over the country, among which 309 species are native to Indian Himalayan region, 26 species are endemic, and 126 species are near endemic, among which 165 species are threatened to Himalayan region, and about 30 species there are agro techniques for conservation and cultivation of these species are available in the state. By resource, these various medicinal plants also used in various treatments of various ailments such as fever. In case of fever, we can use Carium carbi, which is called as jeera, which is wild species of kala jeera, Pleurosporum condolai, Jurinella macrospela, dhoop, Aconitum heterophyllum. We will discuss one by one these species in later on. These species are also used in cold and cough, diarrhea, skin diseases, burns, headache, swelling, boils, toothache, cancer, etc. There are various herbs which are used as cosmetics. Just for example, acacia used as foaming agent, Allium sativum, which is known as piyaz. It has antimicrobial, anti-blindness properties. Allium cepa, it is also used in hair loss. Aloe vera, as you know, it is skin tonic. Brassica campestris, which is also known as sarson, hair or scalp tonic. There are various large number of herbs which are used in as cosmetics. They are also used as natural food supplements of vitamin A, B, C, D, E. These are various 20 high value demanded medicinal plant species traded in national level from the Himachal Pradesh. For example, Aconitum heterophyllum, Aconitum biloceum, Putis, Chlorophyllum, Coptis, Dactylorhiza hedgeria, Nardosticus, Picrorhiza pisticea, Raubulfia, Ruvia, Cordifolia, Smilax, Belleriana, Bila. These are high value medicinal plant present in the state. For example, Aconitum, as you know, it is also known as Patis. It has a chemical constituent aconite, which is used as nervine tonic. Next is Angelica glauca, which is also known as female ginseng of India. In Hindi, it is called as chora. It has various properties. It is used in maximum ailments related to gynae problem in the females. Next is Dactylorhiza hedgeria. It is antipyretic and it is also known as Hath Panja, present in the higher altitude or higher region of the Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, J&K. Hypericum perforatum, which is also known as Lasvanti. It has also antipyretic properties. Next is Picrorhiza curva. It is also known as Kadu. It is antibiotic. All these are the plants in for which roots of these plants are used. Next is Cynopodophyllum hexandrum. Previously it was known as Podophyllum hexandrum. It has anti-cancerous properties. It has a chemical constituent called as podophyllin. Next is Susuria costus. It is also has antipyretic properties, analgesic. It is also known as kut. Next is Hidaicium spicatum. इसको कपूर कचरी भी कहते हैं हम. Next is Paris polyphylla. It is also known as Satua. It has aphrodisiac characters. Next is Virginia ligulata. It is also known as Pasan Bhed. If anyone has kidney stones, then roots of the kada made from roots of these plants is also helpful in removing the kidney stones. Next is Olea ferruginea, which is also known as wild jaitun. It is also has antipyretic property. Next is Schemia laurella. It is used as dhoop. Next is species Berberis aristata. It is another species of Berberis lycium used in eye complaint. Hippopis salicifolia. It is present in Uttarakhand, Leh, and Lahaul and Spiti region of the Himachal Pradesh. Next is Origanum vulgare, which is also known as Ban Tulsi. It is wild variety of Tulsi. Next is Thymus lyranis, which is also known as Ban Ajwain. It is wild variety of Ajwain. Next is Ajuga bracteosa. This is the species which present from plains to the higher altitude. You can also see this species from in your state also, Ajuga bracteosa, which is known as Neelkanthi. It is anti-diabetic. It is also used in these days for curing diabetes. Next is Heractylium candicans. It is also known as Padala and used as antipyretic and analgesics. These are high value medicinal plants. Aconitum biloceum, it is also known as Mithipatis. It is present above 2200 meter altitudinal range. Next is Myconopsis acuminata. It is also used in skin ailments. Next is Arnibia benthami, which is also known as Ratanjot. It is used in skin as a spices और मेजर जो इसका रोल है वो है बेसिकली बाल लंबा करने के लिए. कई हेयर ऑयल भी आते हैं उसमें, जैसे सिकाकाई आप डाबर का देखेंगे तो उसमें भी ये यूज होती है, तो इसको रतनजोत बोलते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज वर्जीनिया स्टेकाई. इट इज आल्सो नोन एज पासान भेद, यूज्ड इन किडनी स्टोन्स. नेक्स्ट इज Dactyloryza hatageria, हाथ पंजा, Aconitum biloceum and Aconitum heterophyllum. This is Betula utilis. It is also used in skin ailments, or in the ancient time when there is no paper, it is used, its bark is used as a paper, or it is has used in religious purpose. It is also used in Havan Samagri. Next is Paris polyphylla satua. It has aphrodisiac characters. In the government of Himachal Pradesh also listed some plants as threatened species, which are used as medicinal plants. There are 22 species in Himachal Pradesh which are notified by the Himachal Pradesh State Biodiversity Board as threatened species for the state. Next, now we will discuss some of the major medicinal plants present in the Himachal Pradesh one by one. The first one is Bidhania somnifera. You all know it is also known as Ashwagandha, Ashwagandh, Indian ginseng, Indian winter cherry, or poison gooseberry. There is a plant in China which is called as Penis ginseng. Ginseng is a plant which has properties to cure a number of diseases, which is called as ginseng. Like Penis ginseng in India, it is known as Indian ginseng. इसको अश्वगंधा क्यों बोलते हैं? क्योंकि इसकी जो रूट्स की स्मेल होती है जो अश्व का यूरिन होता है उसकी तरह होती है, तो इसको अश्वगंधा बोलते हैं. It has various active ingredients, contains bidhaniol, ipuranol, steroids, lactones, saponins. Also contains alkaloids, bidhanine and somniferin. It is used in various ailments such as generalized anxiety disorders, hypercholesteremia, hypothyroidism, infertility, male infertility, osteoarthritis, Parkinson's disease, sexual dysfunctions, and also a stress remover. It also boosts our immunity. So we can say that this is one of the best plant for boosting our immunity. Next is Tinospora cordifolia, which is also known as Gloe, Guduchi, Gulgia, Amrita, Jatvatika, Indian Tinospora or Gurcha. It is also one of the major plant used in these days for combating with COVID-19. It has also alkaloids, phytosterols, lactones, glycosides, tinosporides, palmantine, berberine, etc. It also boosts immunity, boosts digestions, treat chronic fever, treat diabetes, asthma, gouty arthritis, reduce anxiety, and improves mental strength. Contains anti-aging properties. Next is Rubus ellipticus, also known as akhe, heer, hishalu. Fruits are sweet in taste, have some acidity, and are eaten as raw. The juice of the roots is used in the treatment of fever, gastric troubles, diarrhea, dysentery. Juice prepared from leaf buds mixed with Centella asiatica, जिसको ब्रह्मी भी बोलते हैं, and Cynodon dactylone, which is also known as Dhruv grass, are used in the treatment of peptic ulcers. Nectar is derived from the blossom and it is a valuable honey plant. Next is another species of Rubus, which is Rubus niveus. It is also known as Lal Achhe or Kala Hishalu. Roots of these plants have anti-inflammatory, analgesic, antipyretic activities. These extracts also act as antioxidant and have potential to help treat in skin and bones and tumors. The juice extracted from fruits is used as antidote for snake bites. The fruits and roots are used in the treatment of dysentery. It has various phytochemicals like phenolic compounds, ellagic acids, gallic acids, chlorogenic acids, caffeic acid, carbohydrates, lipids, etc. Next is another wild variety of apple, which is known as Pyracantha crenulata. It is also known as gingaru or Chota Seb, Indian hawthorn, Himalayan firethorn, or Nepal firethorn. Leaves of these plants are used in the preparation of herbal tea, sunburn creams, woods used for making walking sticks. Fruits possess several therapeutic nutraceutical properties and are edible. Bark is used in heavy bleeding during the menstrual cycles in females. Nervine tonic prepared by the combination of ginkgo biloba and pyracantha. The stem bark is used in fevers, especially in malaria. Now these are the some high value medicinal plants present in the state. Next is very important component or group in the field of medicinal plants, which is known as Ashtvarga group. I think all of you know very well. Ashtvarga is a group of 8 plants which was developed by Ashwini Kumar to treat the frail body of the Rishi Chavan. आपने देखा होगा च्यवनप्राश खाया होगा. अगर आपने च्यवनप्राश के डिब्बे देखें डाबर पे तो उस पे हिस्ट्री लिखी हुई है. च्यवनप्राश का नाम च्यवनप्राश क्यों पड़ा? क्योंकि अश्विनी कुमारों ने एक ऋषि थे च्यवन, उनकी बॉडी जो है काफी वीक हो चुकी थी, तो उन्होंने जो 8 प्लांट्स से उनकी बॉडी को रिकवर किया था. तो उन 8 प्लांट्स को हम अष्टवर्गा ग्रुप के नाम से जानते हैं. दिस फॉर्मुलेशन क्रिएटेड द मैजिक ऑफ रेजुविनेटिंग च्यवन एंड सिंस देन इट रेफर्ड टू एज स्टिल फेमस च्यवनप्राश. इसी के नाम पे च्यवनप्राश का नाम भी पड़ा है. इट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इंग्रेडिएंट of various classical Ayurvedic formulations like Chyawanprash. Ashtvarga has been assigned various medicinal properties by ancient Materia Medica dealing with Ayurveda. It is a book. Now the importance or uses of Ashtvarga plants. Ashtvarga is important ingredient of various Ayurvedic formulation like Chyawanprasha, used for fever, burning sensation, phytis. Hibernaria intermedia, Hibernaria ashwardhai are used for curing blood diseases. In old times, rhizome of Polygonum verticillation, जिसको सालब मिस्री भी बोलते हैं, were used as basing cloth in the tribal area of Himachal Pradesh, used in health tonics for increasing immunity. Ashwagandha group possess antioxidant properties, also have anti-aging effects. It mostly used to treat physical weakness, body pain, or it used as a tonic, as you all know. These are Ashwagandha plants. The first one is Melaxis acuminata, which is in Sanskrit known as jibak, belongs to family Orchidaceae. Next is Melaxis muscifera, Habernaria intermedia, Habernaria ashworthii, Polygonitum verticillatum. We will discuss one by one. The first one is Melaxis.
Please, Meshram sir, there is some noise. Please put off the mics. I request you all. You are disturbing our resource person. Yes, sir. You can continue.
The first one is Melaxis acuminata, which is known as jivka in Sanskrit. It is used as refrigerant, has antipyretic properties, febrifuge, and used as tonic. Increase sperm count and reproductive tissue. Also used in bronchitis. The roots of these plants are used as medicinal plants properties. Next is Risbaka or Melaxis muscifera, used as tonic, hematemesis, seminal weakness, burning, emaciation, means weakness of the body. Next is Habernaria intermedia, which is known as Riddhi. It is belong to family Orchidaceae. It has aphrodisiac, rejuvenating, vitality condition of the पित्ता. ये हमारे जो पित्त विकार होता है इसको improve करता है, बात, दोष, and provide energy, promote longevity, and it used as vitalizer. Next is Habernaria ashworthii. It is known as Vriddhi in Sanskrit or in Ashwagandha group. It is also has aphrodisiac, diuretic, appetizer, anti-helminthic properties, rejuvenating, and galactagogue, means it help in secreting milk secretion in the females. Next is Polygonitum verticillum. इसको महामेदा भी बोलते हैं, और in Himachal Pradesh it is also known as Sala Misri. There are 3 species: Polygonitum verticillatum, Polygonitum cerifolium, and Polygonitum multiflorum. It is used in seminal weakness, stengery, anorexia, fever, general debility, tonic, promote body heat, sexual potency, gastric trouble, wounds, and cuts. Next is Polygonitum cerifolium, also known as Meda. It also increases the secretion of milk in the females during lactating period. Febrifuge, also used as expectorant, vitiating condition of pitta, aphrodisiac, blood purifier, used in cuts and burns, and provides energy. Next is Lilium polyphyllum, which is also known as Sakoli. It is also used in seminal weakness, hematemesis, intermittent fever, rheumatism, and improves the condition of pitta. Next is Fritillaria royali, which is also known as jungli lahsun or kakoli. It also used in refrigerant, diuretic, galactose, expectorant, aphrodisiac, vitiatic conditions of pitta, rheumatism, or also the oil extracted from the roots of these plants is used as in joint pains. There are some another species of high value medicinal plants like Aconitum heterophyllum, which is known as patis. इसका आपने नाम सुना होगा, 2002 या 2004 में एक वर्ल्ड कप हुआ था जिसमें पाकिस्तान के एक कोच थे, वो मारे गए थे, जिनका नाम बॉब बुलमर था. तो उनको जब उनका पोस्टमार्टम हुआ तो उनके ये पाया गया कि उनके जो डोज दी गई थी उनको तो एकोनाइट की डोज दी गई थी। तो एकोनाइट होता है जो बेसिकली नर्बाइन टॉनिक भी होता है, तो ये इससे एकोनाइट मिलती है। तो जो एकोनिटम हेटेरोफाइलम है, इट इज अ क्रिटिकली इंडेंजर्ड प्लांट्स इन द रेड लिस्टेड बुक ग्लोबली। It distributed from Pakistan, Nepal to Indian Himalayan region and subalpine, alpine meadows and grassy slope of the Himalayan region. It is a herb plants, flowering season July to August, and it has active ingredient like atticine, heteroatticine, histine, hitidine, and it is used as antipyretic, analgesics, anti-periodic, aphrodisiac, astringent, anti-venom, anti-inflammatory, anti-rheumatic, vermifuge, stomach disorder, cough, headache, fever, scleria, vomiting, throat pain, and piles. It is present in the Lahaul Spiti and Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh. बिफोर 90s देयर इन हिमाचल प्रदेश की अगर मैं बात करूं तो ये जो हमारे लाहौल स्पीति रीजन है या किन्नौर रीजन है या चंबा का जो भरमौर और पांगी रीजन है, ये बेसिकली क्या होता है, सर्दियों में आजकल सारे प्रदेश से कट हो जाते थे। पर अभी रिसेंटली आपने भी सुना होगा कि हिमाचल में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक अटल टनल का उद्घाटन किया था जो मनाली के पास है। तो इन इलाकों में आवाजाही अब स्टार्ट हो गई है, पर पहले नहीं होता था। तो ये लोग क्या करते थे, वहां से बड़ा मुश्किल होता था क्योंकि बर्फ ही बर्फ होती है आजकल उन एरियाज में, तो लोगों को कैसे लाया जाए। जो लोग बीमार हो जाते तो बेसिकली इन प्लांट्स को यूज करते थे, चाहे एंटीपायरेटिक हो, एनाल्जेसिक हो, इनका काढ़ा बना के। तो दीज आर हाई वैल्यू मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स। नेक्स्ट इज एंजेलिका ग्लाउका, जिसको मैंने अभी भी बताया कि इसको चोरा भी बोलते हैं और इंडियन फीमेल जेंसिंग भी बोलते हैं। इट इज globally endangered plants, temperate to alpine zones of the Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and it present between 2,400 to 3,800 meter and endemic to the Indian Himalayan region. It is a herb. Its roots are also used as spices. Active ingredient are angelic acid, angelicine resin, and valeric acid. It is also used as stimulant, cardioactive, carminative, digestive, expectorant, stomach properties, useful in various stomach disorders, various diseases in women known as female ginseng, as I already said. Next is Dactylorhiza hetegeria. It is also known as haath panja or panja because its roots are in the shape of human palm. That's why it is called as haath panja. It is critically endangered in the Indian Himalayan region and distributed between 2,500 to 4,000 meter in Pakistan, Nepal, China, India. In India, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, J&K, and Himachal Pradesh. It is the herb plants. Roots are tuberous. Flowering season June to July. Active ingredients are mucilase, phosphatase, chloride, glucoside, loroglossin, etc. It is used as farinaceous food, nervine tonic, aphrodisiac, seminal debility, chronic diarrhea, and general weakness present in human body. Next is Inula racemosa. It is also known as Pushkar Mool or Manu. It is endangered and in Red Data Book of Indian Plants, found in under cultivation in the Himalayan region. People did a lot of cultivation of these plants in their areas. Flowering seasons July to August and fruiting season September to October. It has inulin and essential oil containing isolantolactone and dihydrolactone. It is used as antipyretic, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, antihistaminic, anti-helminthic, expectorant, or it has diuretic properties. It is also used in as a dhoop in the tribal area of Himachal Pradesh. Next is Nardostychus grandiflora, which is also known as Jatamansi. It is critically endangered plant in Himachal Pradesh and endangered in the Indian Himalayan region. Distributed from Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Bhutan, Myanmar, Tibet, Western China, in the alpine region between 3000 to 500 meter above mean sea level. It has aromatic properties. It is perennial herb, flowering season July to August, and it contains jatamanose, jatamansic acid, and jatamansinol. It is used in perfumery, offered to the Lord in the religious shrines, as dhoop, as a tonic, stimulant, antispasmodic, deostroband, immense gauze, laxative, diuretic, for stomach and wound healing properties. Next is Picroraza curva. It is antidiabetic. It has antidiabetic properties, also known as kadu or kutki bhi bolte hain isko. It is endangered to the Indian Himalayan region and distributed from alpine region of Kashmir to Sikkim, extending to West Nepal between 2700 to 4300 meter above mean sea level in the moist rocky slope near Bata Springs and old landslide areas. The flowering season of Picroraza curva is in June to July and fruiting is in August and September. It has picrorizin and kutkin as active ingredients. It is used in dropsy, considered to be anti-helminthic, appetizer, blood purifier. It used in blood pressure reducer, cardiac expectorant, febrifuge, and is used in asthma, cold, cough, bile, jaundice, leprosy, constipation, and stomach troubles. Next is Sasuria costus, which is high value medicinal plants. It is critically endangered globally and native and endemic to the Indian Himalayan regions. Cultivated in Kashmir, Himachal, and Uttarakhand. Flowering season June to July and fruiting season August to September. It has susurin, insulin, and custhin. It is also used as anodyne, anti-arthritic, antiseptic, antidiabetic, aphrodisiac, astringent, carminative, digestive, diaphoretic, deodorant, disinfectant, diuretic, expectorant properties. Next is Hypericum perforatum, which is also known as Basant. It is vulnerable to Indian Himalayan region and native to Europe, West Asia, North Asia, distributed throughout the temperate areas of the world. Grows in the shady, damp forest and open grassy slopes between 2000 to 3000 meter above mean sea level. Its flowering season ranges in April to May and fruiting season is in May to June. It has hypericin, used as astringent, expectorant, diuretic properties, used in pulmonary, urinary troubles, diarrhea, and in the therapy of depression state. It has anti-tumor properties as well as anti-cancerous properties. Next is Jurinella macrocephala, which is also known as धूप लक्कड़ और इसको धूप भी बोलते हैं. Google धूप बनता है ऐसे. It is also endangered in Indian Himalayan region, distributed in Pakistan, Nepal, China, and India. In alpine grassy slopes, rarely in rocks, crevasses, glacial moraines between 3000 to 4500 meter. Its flowering is in July and August season. Fruiting is in August and September. Roots yields a cortetic-like material. It used as stimulant given in the fever after childbirth. To the female, decoction of the root colic pain applied to eruptions, chief ingredient of the धूप और हवन सामग्री उसमें भी यूज होता है as incense in homes and religious ceremonies. Next is Pseudopodophyllum hexandrum, which is also known as बन ककड़ी. ये भालू का फेवरेट फ्रूट भी है. It is endangered to Indian Himalayan region, present in temperate, subalpine or alpine region of the Pakistan, southwest China, Myanmar, and it is found in 2,800 meter to 4,000 meter. फ्लावरिंग सीजन इसका मई और जून में होता है. फ्रूटिंग सीजन जून और जुलाई में होता है. इट हैज पोडोफाइलिन विच हैज एंटी कैंसरस प्रॉपर्टीज और पोडोफाइलोटॉक्सिन यूज्ड एज हिपैटिक स्टिमुलेंट, कोलागोपर्गेटिव, अल्टरनेटिव, बर्मीफ्यूज एंड बीटाटोनिन. पोडोफाइलोटॉक्सिन and pulpatins have high potency in treating cancer. That's why it is also used as anti-cancerous properties. Next is Bonicum persicum, which is present in Lahaul Spiti region of Himalayan region, which is vulnerable species in Himachal Pradesh and found in Southeast Europe, West Asia, in gentle, dry, exposed, scrubby mountain slopes between 2,000 to 3,500 meter and native to Afghanistan, Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. Its flowering season is in May and June and fruiting season is in June and July. It has various active ingredients of essential oils and used as spices, fruits as stimulants, carminative, and in curing diarrhea, dyspepsia, fever, fluctuance, stomach, hemorrhoids, and obstinate hiccups. As you know, we are facing these days the pandemic situation of COVID-19. Ministry of Ayush also released guidelines promoting Ayurvedic immunity with promoting measures like we can take Chyawanprash, drink herbal tea, decoction like kada made from tulsi, dal chini, kali mirch, or dry ginger, munakka, and various species present in your local to increase our immune system. You can also use milk by adding in it haldi. It also improves your immunity. There are some major plants recommended by the Ministry of Ayush for treating COVID. As I already explained, Bidania somnifera, Crinospora cordifolia, Susuria costus, Origanum bulgare, Thymus liranis, which is also known as Banajwine. You can also use these plants or the plants which are present in your area. Like in your area, I think there is Vitex nigando, बना जिसको बोलते हैं, उसका भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट, बन्ना अजवाइन की जगह आप अजवाइन यूज कर सकते हैं. फोनिकम बलगेरे है, सौंफ है, उसका भी आप काढ़ा बना सकते हैं. नहीं तो आयुर्वेदा डिपार्टमेंट भी एक काढ़ा प्रोवाइड करता है, तो उसका भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि ये जो मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स हैं, दे प्ले ए वाइटल रोल इन आवर डेली लाइफ टू इंक्रीज आवर immunity. But in these days there is a huge lot of pressure due to various anthropogenic activities on these plants. Now we have to conserve these plants, and there should be conservation of habitats, communities, supporting useful native and endemic threatened species needs to be promoted so that these can be conserved from extinction. There should be regular monitoring of degraded habitats, species, and community is required, and there should be appropriate technique for the utilization of species need to be demonstrated. Seed germinations and various agro techniques of high value medicinal plants, mass scale propagation, priority species in the nursery, and their plantation in the natural habitats needs to be promoted. Or we can say that there should be in situ or ex situ conservation of these medicinal plants. Propagation through conventional in vitro method, tissue culture need to be encouraged particularly for high value medicinal plant species, and there should be awareness about the biodiversity values needs to be created among the inhabitants of that particular area where these high value medicinal plants are present, and there should be participation of the inhabitants in the conservation and management of biological resources needs to be ensured, so that the wealth of these high value medicinal plants can be protected or conserved. With these words, at the end, I want to say that everything on the earth has a purpose, and every disease has a herb to cure it, and every person a mission. This is the Indian theory of existence. Thank you very much. At last, I would like to thank all the management team of the MB Patel College of Arts, Commerce and Science for providing me such an opportunity to express my views in front of you. Thank you very much. Any questions from audience side, please?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your vast knowledge with us. We go for question answer session. We take some question from chat box. Okay, one question is there, which is antioxidant herb and shrub. Antioxidant herb and shrub.
Herb, antioxidant herbs you also use as tulsi. If I talk in contrast to your place, and at Himachal Pradesh there are a lot of that oreganum vulgare. You can use ban ajwain. We can use, these are antioxidant, or we can also use as amla or hippopy, raminoids. We can also use as nimbu, which is also has antioxidant properties, which is a tree species.
Sir, one is our another question. Immunity booster herb or shrub is related to this area.
इम्यूनिटी बूस्टर जैसे मैंने बताया, साला मिस्री है, साला मिस्री जिसको मेदा महादेवा महामेदा बोलते हैं, तो 8 है, ये सारे जो 8 के 8 प्लांट्स हैं, ये बेसिकली सारे जो हैं हमारे इम्यूनिटी को बूस्ट करते हैं. और आपके केस में अगर आपके वहां पे ग्लोए है, टीनोस्पोरा कॉर्डिफोलिया है, वो भी इम्यूनिटी बूस्टर है. और विधानिया सोमनीफेरा जिसको हम अश्वगंधा बोलते हैं, ये भी काफी इम्यूनो बूस्टर हैं. उसके अलावा आप हल्दी भी हमारी जो स्किन को भी प्योरीफाई करती है और इम्यून सिस्टम को भी इनहांस करती है.
Just a minute, sir.
Okay.
Blood purifying plant. Which is a blood purifying plant?
ब्लड प्योरीफाइंग प्लांट्स का मैं एक सीधा सा आपको बताता हूं. आपके यहाँ जो भी कड़वा प्लांट होगा, जिसका बिटर टेस्ट होगा, वो ब्लड प्योरीफायर होगा. इसका एग्जांपल जैसे मैं यहाँ में पिक्रोराजा कुरुआ है, एकोनेट है, जितनी भी जो भी आप प्लांट्स आपने कहीं मैक्सिमम ने यूज किए होंगे. जैसे आपके यहाँ सौंफ है, फोनिकल आप यूज करते हो, मीठी सौंफ होती है, कड़वी सौंफ होती है, तो जिसका भी बिटर टेस्ट होगा वो आपका क्या होगा, ब्लड प्योरीफायर होगा. और एंटी उसमें डायबिटिक प्रॉपर्टीज भी होती है.
मींस कड़वा है, मींस हेल्थ के लिए अच्छा है.
अच्छा है बेसिकली.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
I have a question.
बोलिए.
सर, अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि जो ब्लड प्यूरिफायर प्लांट होते हैं वो जैसे कोई कड़वा प्लांट है वो ब्लड प्यूरिफाई करता है, फिर तो सर ऐसे तो बहुत टॉनिक बने हुए हैं जो मतलब बोलते हैं कि एलोवेरा से ब्लड क्लीन होता है या उसे खाना चाहिए. फिर आपका उसके ऊपर क्या मतलब आपका परस्पेक्टिव क्या है?
एक्चुअली क्या है मैम, इसमें क्या होता है, कोई भी प्लांट से होता है उसमें एक सिंगल केमिकल तो होगा नहीं, डिफरेंट केमिकल होते हैं. तो जैसे एलोवेरा की आपने बात की, तो बेसिकली ये क्या है, स्किन को रेजुविनेट करता है बेसिकली। फिर इसमें और भी केमिकल हैं, तो ये बेसिकली ये ब्लड को भी प्योरीफाई करेगा। प्योरीफाई मीन जो हमारे अंदर जो बात विकार है उसको बाहर निकालना है, पित्त और बात विकार। तो यहाँ पे जो भी आप प्लांट्स देखें उसमें कोई कुछ ना कुछ केमिकल होते हैं। पर जो मैक्सिमम आप देखेंगे, जैसे अश्वगंधा के आप जड़ का यूज कर लें या पत्ता देखेंगे तो काफी ज्यादा बिटर होता है। तो बिटर मीन्स ये हमारे अंदर जो पित्त विकार होता है उसको बाहर निकालता है।
डॉक्टर चतुर्वेदी,
आवाज।
हेलो डॉक्टर चतुर्वेदी मैम, एनी क्वेश्चन? One question. Which question is?
Which plant used to our digestion? Used to our digestion. मेरे को पता ही नहीं, chat में।
Sir, there is one question. Which plant is used for helpful for digestion?
डाइजेशन मैम जितने भी आपने मैंने पहले भी बताया, जो आपके यहाँ च्यवनप्राश है ये बेसिकली सारे रेजुविनेटिंग है, जो हमारी डाइजेशन को इम्प्रूव करते हैं। उसमें जैसे आपके साला मिश्री, अब मैं साला मिश्री बोलूंगा आपको समझने लगे, क्योंकि आपने आपके वहाँ एरिया में पाया नहीं जाता। पर आपके जैसे एलोवेरा जूस है उसमें भी क्या होता है, फाइबर्स होते हैं बेसिकली, जो हमारे जो एपेटाइजर मतलब भूख बढ़ाने में हेल्प करते हैं। तो जो जितने भी, तभी तो आपने देखा होगा कि च्यवनप्राश पर अब क्या होगा, च्यवनप्राश में आज के अगर मैं डेट में बात करूं तो जो अष्टवर्गा प्लांट हैं ये बड़े कम होते हैं। जो मैक्सिमम च्यवनप्राश है वो क्या यूज कर रहे हैं आजकल, कद्दू। जो कद्दू का आपने देखा, कद्दू हुआ या पिठ हुआ, ये यूज होता है बेसिकली। तभी आपने देखा होगा च्यवनप्राश कुछ दिनों बाद वो खराब हो जाता है। कई कंपनीज होती हैं, कई ऐसा नहीं, कई अच्छी भी बना रही हैं, मैं किसी का बुराई नहीं कर रहा हूँ। तो बेसिकली ये सारे क्या है, एपेटाइजर है। तभी तो बोलते हैं कि सर्दियों में च्यवनप्राश करें, क्योंकि इसमें एंटीऑक्सीडेंट प्रॉपर्टीज भी हैं और आपको जो एपेटाइजिंग प्रॉपर्टीज भी हैं इसमें।
बेसिकली सर, अगर जो आप च्यवनप्राश की बात कर रहे हैं और जो बोल रहे हैं कि बेसिकली कद्दू से अभी बनाया जा रहा है, अगर इसमें से किसी भी पर्सन को जो च्यवनप्राश खाता है, किसी भी पर्सन को अगर कद्दू से एलर्जी है या उसमें मिक्स किए हुए किसी भी चीज से एलर्जी है, तो वो इंसान फिर क्या करेगा?
वो तो मैम अब कंपनी टू कंपनी वेरी करता है। बेसिकली क्या होता है, कई लोग बना रहे हैं, हमने कई दे, मैं पर्टिकुलर किसी को बताना नहीं चाहूंगा, आप देख लीजिए 2-4 कंपनीज का, आप अलग हर बार आप च्यवनप्राश का ब्रांड चेंज करिए, एक आधी कंपनी आपको जरूर मिल जाएगी। देखना थोड़े दिनों बाद उसमें क्या आप देखेंगे उसमें कि फंजाई जमी हुई है। तो बेसिकली इसका ये है मतलब कि उसमें अच्छे जो गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ जो मटेरियल है, जो मैदा की हम बात करते हैं, जो अष्टवर्गा ग्रुप के प्लांट्स हैं वो यूज नहीं हुए हैं, तो उस वजह से ये प्रॉब्लम आती है। अब कंपनीज है अलग वो अपने मुनाफे के लिए कई बार ऐसा कर देते हैं।
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, there are a few questions in YouTube also from Akshay UK. Which plant is highly utilized by local plant of Himalaya region people in daily lifestyle?
As a medicinal plant or general?
Local plant.
General plant.
लोकल प्लांट एक्चुअली अगर मैं हिमाचल की बात करूं तो यहाँ पे भी काफी वैरायटी है, अल्टीट्यूड में वेरिएशन है। अगर हायर अल्टीट्यूड की बात करूं तो वहां पे क्या होता है, जैसे मैंने पहले आपको एक वो दिखाया था, गुच्छी आपने नाम सुना होगा, मोर्टेला अस्कुलेंटा बोलते हैं, उसमें हाईली प्रोटीनिशियस होता है। तो सीजन टू सीजन वेरी करता है। तो आजकल के दिनों में आप देखेंगे तो लोग, जैसे सर्दियां हैं तो प्रोटीन भी होती है, तो काफी ज्यादा ये लोग यूज करते हैं उसको। पर हायर अल्टीट्यूड में, लोअर अल्टीट्यूड में अब मैं बात करूं, जैसे आजकल अदरक है, क्योंकि यहाँ सीजनली वो होता है, जैसे जैसे सीजनली जो सीजन होगा तो वैसे वैसे इसको यूटिलाइज करेंगे। अभी आपने कचनार नाम सुना होगा, कचनार जिसको बहुनिया वेरिगाटा भी बोलते हैं, जो आपके यहाँ पे कुछ, तो लोग जो है सीजनली यहाँ पे यूज करते हैं। आजकल जैसे ब्रासिका है, सरसों है, जैसे मैंने सरसों का भी बताया, जैसे तो ये क्या आजकल सरसों का साग काफी मशहूर है क्योंकि सीजन वैसा है।
Okay, sir. Thank you. There is another question from Sneha Bhandarkar. Which plant can be used to treat hyperacidity?
हाइपर एसिडिटी के लिए सबसे तो बेस्ट एग्जांपल है आंवला आपका। अगर मैं हिमाचल की बात करूं, सीबक थॉर्न का जूस भी ले सकते हैं आप, क्योंकि इसमें एंटीऑक्सीडेंट प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं। आप त्रिफला चूर्ण उसका भी एज भी यूज कर सकते हैं। पर उससे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम हो गई तो आयुर्वेदा में तो शुरू में अगर इनिशियली आपने चेक कर लिया फिर तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर आपको एलोपैथी में जाना ही पड़ेगा। ये नहीं है कि आयुर्वेदा आप मान लो आप क्रिटिकल स्टेज में पहुंच गए, आप आयुर्वेदा यूज कर रहे हैं, पर हाइपर एसिडिटी के लिए आप जो है त्रिफला यूज कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि उसमें 3 हरड़, भेड़ा और ये आंवला तीनों का मिक्सचर होता है।
Okay, sir. Thank you. Another question from Anil Kumar. Name plant for treatment of urinary tract dysfunction.
As such, particularly you can use ashwagandha powder. I already said it is Indian ginseng. ये 112 से 13 बीमारियों से लड़ने में क्षमता रखता है। अगर वैसा होगा तो मैं आपको एक ये प्रेजेंटेशन भी बाद में शेयर कर दूंगा। वैसे मैंने की और डॉक्टर संजय जी के साथ किया, और एक हमारे कुछ आर्टिकल भी हैं, जैसे अश्वगंधा पे है तो ऐसे पर्टिकुलर कुछ आर्टिकल में वो भी मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर कर लूंगा, तो उसमें आपको हेल्प मिल जाएगी।
Okay, two questions from Srishti Bose. As we know, algae are known to treat cancer. What are the medicinal properties of plants that can treat cancer?
There are in Himachal Pradesh 2 or 3 plants which are used in treating cancer. Like one is Texas bacata और Texas बालीचना, जिसको हम रखाल बोलते हैं, उसको एज ए ब्रेस्ट कैंसर में यूज होता है, और उसमें टैक्सोल होती है। क्योंकि ये मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स पे था तो वो प्लांट छूट गया था शायद, तो ये भी काफी हाई वैल्यू मेडिसिनल प्लांट है। और जो दूसरा है हमारे यहाँ पे पोडोफाइलिन है, वो मैंने आपको बता दिया, पोडोफाइलम जो है एक्जेंडर में, इसमें पोडोफाइलिन होती है। पर इनके सारे एक्सट्रैक्ट यूज होते हैं जो रूट से निकलते हैं इनके एज ए ऑयल फॉर्म।
Okay, sir. Thank you. Another question from again Srishti Bose. Plants are vital for our existence. Then what are some ways to read more about medicinal plants? It will be great if you suggest some books and courses.
Pardon, sir?
Sir, she is asking to suggest some books and courses to learn more about the medicinal plants.
There are a lot of books, lot of papers, but it depends area to area. आप किस एरिया में रिसर्च करना चाह रहे हैं? अगर मैं बात करूं आप प्लेन्स में कर रहे हैं, अगर इन पर्टिकुलर टू नॉर्थ इंडिया में बात कर रहे हैं, यहाँ तो दुनिया भर के हैं, पेपर्स भी हैं, अच्छे R&D इंस्टीट्यूशन है, वहां पे आपको मिल जाएंगे। कुछ मैं ये नहीं बोलता कि पर्टिकुलर हम ही लोगों के हैं, काफी आपको यहाँ पे काफी हैं, जैसे NS चौहान की है मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स की, तो उसकी आपको पूरी टैक्सोनॉमी के रिलेटेड उनके ये हैं। एक हमारे क्या बोलते हैं इसकी है बॉटनिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया की बड़ी अच्छी बुक है, तो उसमें जो है पूरा दिया हुआ इनके रूट कौन सा पार्ट यूज होता है, इंडियन सिस्टम ऑफ मेडिसिन प्लांट्स करके है ऐसा। बाकी डिफरेंट फ्लोराज हैं, अगर मैं हिमालय की बात करूं तो हमारे यहाँ फ्लोरा सिमलेंसिस है, उनमें भी काफी यूजेस दिए हुए हैं। बाकी अगर किसी को पर्टिकुलर चाहिए तो मेरी मेल आईडी भी है, मैंने शेयर की है आपको, मैं तो वैसे पर्टिकुलर आपको मेल कर दूं।
Okay, you can share your mail ID in chat box also, sir. Yes, sir, one last question from Akshay. Okay, sir, which plant is in Himalayan region in recent years comes under extremely endangered condition or near to extinct?
There are 22 plant list which I shows you, which are listed as threatened plants in Himachal Pradesh. Some of them like Aconitum heterophyllum, which is critically endangered globally. Next is Picroraza curva, Angelica glauca. All these list are plants are on the verge of extinction, and they are categorized in different like critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable, threatened, listed in Himachal Pradesh.
Okay, sir. Over to Dr. Sanjay Meshram, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Very
Most
valuable knowledge.
Dr. Sanjay.
Now I request to Dr. Seema Bodke ma'am to express her remark. Respected Dr. Seema Bodke, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Meshram, sir. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Nitin Dongarwar, sir, Professor and Head Department of Botany, RTM Nagpur, President of the Function, Haresh Trivedi, sir, Principal MB Patel College, Sakoli, Resource Person of the today webinar, Dr. Pankaj Shrama, Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Sanjay Meshram, Joint Secretary Amit Temhurne, members of Organizing Committee, delegates, and student friends. We have just heard on the views of Dr. Pankaj Shrama. He has shared his views on role of medicinal plants in enhancing health, hygiene, and immunity. A case study from Himachal Pradesh. He has given the status of biodiversity in Himalayan region, bioresources used in health. He has presented a wide range of medicinal plants from Himachal Pradesh and their medicinal values, and endemic species from Himachal Pradesh. He has given us very important information about history of Chyawanprash and the plants included in preparation of Chyawanprash and importance of these Ashtavarga plants. He has given also shown us the pictures of some of the plants recommended by Ayush for treating COVID-19 and importance of conservation of all these plants. Medicinal plants has gained immense importance during the outbreak of COVID-19 because of its benefits towards strengthening the immune system to fight against the virus. Corona has taught people humanity, making people go back to old days and getting connected and realize the importance of medicinal plants. Different chemicals from plants has been identified as therapeutic substances, and these are derived from various plant parts. In the present situation, since there was no medicine for the COVID, people rely on medicinal plants from traditional knowledge to boost their immunity. Traditional Indian medicine is used by millions of people worldwide and has been proven to help. India is recognized as one of the world's top 12 megadiversity nations, and herbal wealth constitutes about more than 8,000 species. It is estimated that large amount of these medicinal plants used in Indian herbal industry today are collected from wild, and with the increasing demand for herbal drugs, natural health products, and secondary metabolites of medicinal plants, the use of medicinal plant is growing rapidly, and many of the important useful species are on the verge of extinction due to overexploitation and habitat destruction. Dr. Sharma has mentioned this about the different plants present in Himalayan region which are verge on the extinction. And to fulfill needs of overgrowing population, we need more quantity of medicinal plants, and therefore we need to develop methods to cultivate these medicinal plants and to conserve these medicinal plants, because we will need all these medicinal plants in future for the next generations for the different problems or the different health problems. So I congratulate Dr. Sharma sir for his wonderful and informative lecture. Thank you. Thank you, Sharma sir.
Thank you.
I thank organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to chair the session. Thank you, Meshram sir. Over to Meshram sir.
Thank you, respected Seema Bodke ma'am. Now I request to Dr. Kanchan Khaparde to pose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. On the behalf of MB Patel College, Sakoli, I would like to thank to Dr. Pankaj Shrama, sir, who shared their precious knowledge about Himalaya region. He mentioned about many herbivorous plants, herbs, shrubs, wild edible fruits, medicinal plants, He mentioned about ashwagandha and their uses. Cancerous property plant, Jivika, Riddhi, and many more. Thank you, sir, for sharing your wonderful presentation. I would like to thank today's chairperson, Dr. Seema Polke ma'am, to give her time on the occasion of this webinar. Thank you, ma'am. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Chaturvedi ma'am, ex-head of the Department of Botany. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Over to Meshram.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now we start technical session 2. Good afternoon, respected members. Today's chairperson, Dr. Madhavi Madikar, Department of Physical Education, Government Science College, Nagpur. Presently working as a head physical education department at the Institute of Science as well as coordinator PGDT Physical Education RT. Recipient of gold medal in the Master of Physical Education, cracked 2 times NET examination and 1 SET examination, guiding 5 research student, 4 student got PhD or diploma in yoga, 1 month yoga certificate course. There are many research papers published, number of 45 research published. Life members of Indian Congress Science, member of ANKM Nagpur, invite as a resource person at a number of places such as school, college, academic staff college, ex-board member of physical education and sports.
Sanjay sir, unmute yourself. You are mute.
Okay. Welcome, ma'am. I repeat. Welcome, Dr. Madhavi Madikar, ma'am. Presently working as head physical education department at Institute of Science, Nagpur, as well as coordinate physical education RTM Nagpur. Cracked 2 times NET examination and 1 SET examination, guiding 5 research students, 4 got PhD. Number of publication, life member of Indian Congress Science, member of organizing committee of all Indian inter-university tournament, clear the state level examination for technical official in volleyball and athletics, organizing committee of university badminton, volleyball, handball, table tennis tournament, as well as Ashwamedh Krida Mahotsav. As a student, represented Maharashtra in volleyball for 10 times, represent Nagpur University for 7 times and inter-district tournament for 22 times. Now, I request to ma'am occupy. Hello. Hello. I request to ma'am occupy a seat as the chairperson.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, I will.
Okay. It's my proud privilege to introduce Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar, Department of Botany, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He is a fellow. Dr. D.S. Kothari, Postdoctoral Fellowship, University Grant Commission, Government of India. Senior Research Fellow, Department of Biotechnology. Project Fellow, University Grant Commission. Teaching experience more than 10 years. 1 patent registered. Number research highlights of enigmatic plant Ramkhanda, genetic transformation in Amaranthus, established protocol for mass multiplication of local cultivar of Madol bananas. There are many research and views which are benefited several farmers from the Poka region. Tissue culture of red species, etc. Now, I invite you, sir, to deliver the presentation. Please, Dr. Nimbalkar, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Meshram, sir. I hope I am audible to you. Just we will have a confirmation whether you can hear me or not.
Yes, sir, you are clearly audible, but your video is not visible, sir.
Yeah, I have turned off my video. I will just start sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
Could you please allow my...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wait for me.
My screen share.
Okay, you can share now, sir.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, organizers, for giving me such an excellent opportunity to have an interaction with experts from various fields, various areas. Especially, it gave me an opportunity to listen Dr. Sharma also, and I'm a bit nervous as I had gone through the entire lecture I attended. I'm a bit nervous because Dr. Sharma had almost covered most of the aspects that are supposed to cover in this one-day international interdisciplinary national webinar on relevance of medicinal plants in current scenario. But still, I would like to, I will try to do justice to whatever time that has been allotted to me. Now, to begin with, when Dr. Meshram sir contacted me and asked me to deliver a lecture on medicinal plants, the first thing came in my mind was there is a lot of awareness about medicinal plants nowadays. If we compare the awareness in past, say, 1 or 2 decades, there is a bit of satisfactory awareness on medicinal plants. So if I start talking about Tinospora, most of the people, they have already heard about Tinospora. Gulwel, most of the people, they have heard in of course in their native languages, Gulwel, Asil, Giloi. So they are aware. If I start talking about Brahmi, I'm quite aware that most of us, they know what is Brahmi. So it was sort of difficult for me to design a lecture which in a way will hold all the participants to their seats. If I start talking about again Chandan, Ashwagandha, most of you might have probably gone through such information several times. So I decided to have a talk on the relevance of medicinal plants in the current scenario. So I suggested Meshram sir, I will talk on the relevance of medicinal plants in current scenario. Now, before going into those details, let me first admit that whatever slides I am going to present over here, they are gathered, they are borrowed, they have requested from several other workers. So let me first admit that the whatever slides I'm going to show you, most of them You might find them on internet. So the credit actually goes to those workers and it's not mine. I have tried to gather some information that will form a platform for the discussion on the relevance of medicinal plants. So my attempt is to form a platform for discussion. Instead of just giving some information, I sincerely feel that I'm not that expert to give some novel information to senior people who are listening to me. So let me admit that. So I will try to form a platform where we will have a discussion later on. Now, first of all, when we say relevance of medicinal plants in current scenario, let us understand what is the current scenario. When we say current scenario, uh, the first thing comes in our mind is the COVID scenario. And of course, it is true. But if we look at a larger canvas, if we consider a larger time frame, the scenario, let us have distinguished between two different time frames. The current scenario, the present, what we say 2020 scenario, is of course dominated by the COVID pandemic. There is no doubt in that. So COVID is the current scenario, that is fine. But apart from COVID also, if we consider, if let us assume we are having this talk in 2018 or 19, then what is going to be the scenario? Then I will say that the scenario is dominated by cancer. Now, since we are talking about the medicinal plants, I will say the scenario that I'm going to define is from the perspective of health. And therefore, I will say that the last decade, the scenario is quite worrisome when we consider the outbreak of cancer. I will just go through some data that will help us to understand what is the projected score of cancer and what is the projected number of cancer deaths. So this is a statistics I have borrowed from the cdc.gov. That is the disaster, a very well-known source. Now you can see in this particular slide that the projected number is actually rising. The projection is actually rising in the this is the rate of per million people, the rate of infection, cancer cases per million people. So it is horrible, and it is continuously growing. So if we extrapolate these things, extrapolate these numbers to coming few years, so you can imagine it is going to be a dominating what I can say disease or threat to our population. The second image in the same slide shows the projected number of cancer deaths. So the blue line is the death rate. Now let us, I would like to highlight that it is the death rate that is coming down. There is no doubt that because of the several new techniques, several new therapies available, the death rate is definitely coming down, but the number of deaths is still increasing. So that is a very what I can say frightening picture. So this is about cancer. Now I will later on elaborate about, and if you allow me to express myself in my Marathi also, that will be better. जर आपण पुढे जर जाऊन बघितलं तर कॅन्सर वरती मी काय एवढा फोकस देतो मी पुढे सांगेन, and still we have to go into medicinal plants. I will just elaborate what is cancer, and then you yourself will understand what is the relevance of these medicinal plants. So I'm trying to highlight the relevance itself. Now in the cancer, in the last lecture also I was listening carefully, and one of the curious students, maybe some research student, she asked what are the plants which can be used to treat cancer, and that is exactly what I'm trying to highlight over here. This is a snapshot I had taken from National Cancer Institute, where you can see what are the type of cancers, and to my surprise also, and you can also Google it, if you list the type of cancer, you will find more than 100 different type of cancers. So cancer, many people, a layman's understanding about cancer is a single disease, but scientific community of ours, if we go into detail, we will understand that cancer is not a single abnormality. It is a collective term for more than 100 different conditions. So if we enlist those by alphabetically, you will find that almost every alphabet is used in naming the cancer except some X and Z. So more than 100 type of cancer there are present in the world. Now comes, is it possible that a single plant will give us cure to these 100 type of cancer? Certainly not. Certainly not. So that is the first question. That is the first information that will highlight actually the importance of medicinal plant. I tried to gather all those names, and I was also stuck with so many names. So I left that effort, and this is a picture. I mean, इथे कॅन्सरच्या नावांची यादी करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला आणि ते एका स्लाइड्स मध्ये बसतात काय बघण्याचा प्रयत्न केला, अँड आय लेफ्ट दॅट एफर्ट. More than 100 type of cancers there are. Now, what is cancer? Please understand, I am not a cancer expert. Let me first say that I am not a cancer expert, and nor the medicine expert. I am neither cancer expert nor the medicinal plant expert. But these are the same some reasons which cause cancer. Please understand, cancer is caused by maybe radiation. Smoking also causes cancer. Pollutants are one of the cancer causes. Then chemicals, there are some viruses, genetic basis are there for cancer. So at one hand, we have hundreds of types of cancer. Second point I want to highlight is there are several causes of cancers, and there are broadly 4 stages of cancers. So stage 1, I will not be going into more detail of each stages. So cancer stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, that we all might have heard about. Now, first point I would like you all to keep in your mind is that the scenario, global scenario, is dominated by cancer, first thing. Secondly, cancer have several types. If we talk about the cell system or the tissues, almost every tissue is prone to cancer. Almost every tissue, right from eyes to liver to blood to skin to brain. Almost every part of our body, every tissue of our body is prone to get cancer. Secondly, there are several causes of cancer. We cannot stay away from each and every cause, and there are 4 different stages of cancer. Now the question comes, if there is such a tremendous diversity in cancer and in stages, how can a single cure or a combination of some remedies can help a patient to get cured? म्हणजे जर आपल्याकडे एवढ्या विविध प्रकारचे कॅन्सर्स असतील, एवढ्या वेगवेगळ्या ठिकाणी होण्याचे ते चान्सेस असतील, आणि इतक्या वेगवेगळ्या कारणांच्यामुळे वेगवेगळ्या स्टेजेस मध्ये जर होऊ शकत असेल, तर आपण किंवा कोणीही इतक्या खात्रीशीर पद्धतीनं कसं सांगू शकेल की एखादं औषध हे कॅन्सर बरा करतं? आय एम नॉट सेइंग दॅट people are claiming such things, but the impression is that there are some cure, there are some drugs which can cure cancer. So here comes the role of our medicinal plants. Now, before switching to the role of medicinal plants, I will just give you another scenario that is the dominant scenario right now, that is the COVID scenario. आपण जे आत्ताच्या आपला जे काही 2020 साल जे काही डॉमिनेट झालं, it is dominated by COVID everywhere. So let us understand what this COVID is, and then आपल्याला जर का ह्या कॅन्सर असेल किंवा कोविड असेल, हे नेमकं आपल्या शरीरामध्ये काय करतात हे जर आपल्याला समजलं तरच आपण त्याच्यावरती इलाज शोधू शकेन, किंवा त्याच्यावरती आपल्याला हाऊ टू काउंटर these abnormalities or counter these diseases. We can only design or devise our strategy only if we know how exactly these two ज्याला आपण राक्षस म्हणू, कॅन्सर असेल किंवा कोविड असेल, हे एक्झॅक्टली काय करतात ते आपल्याला जर समजलं तरच आपण ह्याच्यावरती इलाज शोधू शकेन. Now the second thing, the second scenario is the COVID scenario. Now this is just another statistic, that is the daily new cases. It is still in rise. There is some stagnancy, then again rise, then stagnancy, then rise. So this is going on for last 1 year, almost 1 year. आपण हे बघतो आहोत की कोरोनाचा जो काही प्रादुर्भाव आहे, the COVID situation, there now it is questionable. बऱ्याच लोकांना याच्याबद्दल डाऊट आहे, but let us not go into those arguments whether there is really COVID or not, or all those things. Let us go by whatever statistics that is mostly accepted by all over the world. So if we go by that statistics, we can see that there is still rise in the cases of COVID. आता हा कोविड नेमकं करतो काय, आणि या कोविडच्या काळामध्ये सुद्धा there were hundreds of claims of killing the virus, eliminating the virus, or a cure. आणि मग यामध्ये प्रत्येकाने, खूप लोकांनी याच्यामध्ये वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीचे दावे केले, बरेचसे दावे क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स पर्यंत गेले, बरेचसे दावे खोडून काढले गेले. पण मला वाटतं की लेट अस अंडरस्टँड हाऊ दिस कोविड ऍक्च्युअली वर्क्स. Now, I will not be going into much scientific details. I will just give you a brief how exactly this coronavirus works. हा आपल्याला जो स्लाइड मध्ये दिसतो, हा दिस इज ए कोविड व्हायरस आहे असं आपण बघू. हा कोरोना व्हायरस, दिस इज ए RNA व्हायरस याला म्हटलं जातं. दिस RNA व्हायरस हॅज RNA ॲज इट्स जेनेटिक मटेरियल. हा इथं आपल्याला जो काही हा एरिया दिसतो, दिस इज ह्युमन सेल. या सेल वरती एंजियोटेनिन कन्व्हर्टिंग एन्झाईम नावाचं एक एन्झाईम असतं, तो रिसेप्टर म्हणून काम करतो. इट वर्क्स ॲज अ रिसेप्टर फॉर द व्हायरस. हा व्हायरस या एन्झाईमला अटॅच होतो, आणि देन ड्यू टू सर्टन सिग्नल्स दिस व्हायरस इज टेकन इनसाइड इन द ह्युमन सेल. म्हणजे या व्हायरसला ह्युमन सेल मध्ये अक्षरशः ओढून आतमध्ये घेतलं जातं, इन्व्हाइट केलं जातं बाय प्रोसेस कॉल्ड एज एंडोसायटोसिस. नाउ यानंतर हा जो काही व्हायरस आहे तो आपल्या शरीराच्या एका सिस्टीम मुळे, ज्याला आपण एंडोझोम म्हणतो किंवा लायझोझोम म्हणतो, की ज्याचं काम असतं की बाहेरून आलेल्या गोष्टींना डिग्रेड करायचं. अशा पद्धतीच्या एका सिस्टीम मध्ये हा व्हायरस जातो, आणि मग त्या व्हायरसचं जो कोट आहे, वरचा जो काही कॅप्सूल आहे, तो डिग्रेड केला जातो आणि त्याच्यातून RNA बाहेर पडतो. आय वॉन्ट टू हायलाइट हिअर इज दॅट या सर्व गोष्टींच्या मध्ये व्हायरसनं काहीही केलेलं नाही, हे लक्षात घ्या. ही जी काही प्रोसेस झालेली आहे, ही प्रोसेस ही ह्युमन सेल कडून झालेली आहे. व्हायरस हॅज डन नथिंग. व्हायरस हा फक्त इथं सेल वरती आला. तो सेल वरती आल्यानंतर त्या व्हायरसला आपल्या सेल्स मधून आत घेतलं जातं आणि त्याचं विघटन एका पद्धतीने केलं जातं. प्लीज डोंट गो बाय एक्झॅक्ट टर्मिनॉलॉजी. आय एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू गिव्ह अ सिनेरियो इन अ व्हेरी सिंपल टर्म्स. And then this RNA, it gets liberated in this cytoplasm. हा जो काही RNA आहे, हा RNA या आपल्या पेशींच्या मध्ये, ज्या इन्फेक्टेड पेशींच्या मध्ये RNA सोडला जातो. आता यानंतर हा RNA आपल्याच किंवा ह्युमन सेल्सच्याच मशिनरीला तो आपला स्वतःचाच RNA आहे असं समज होतो आणि मग त्या RNAची इतर कोणत्याही RNA सारखीच एक प्रोसेस केली जाते. त्या RNA पासून मग प्रोटीन्स तयार होतात. हे प्रोटीन्स म्हणजेच व्हायरसचे कॅप्सूलचे प्रोटीन्स असतात. पुन्हा त्याच RNAचं पुन्हा एकदा रेप्लिकेशन, त्याच्या कॉपीज केल्या जातात आणि मग हे प्रोटीन्स आणि पुन्हा तयार झालेला नव्यानं RNA हे दोन्ही एकत्र येतात आणि याच्यातून मग नवीन व्हायरस तयार होतो की जो बाहेर सोडला जातो. The reason that I have spent so much time on elaborating this process is that most of the processes are conducted by the cell, human cell itself. व्हायरसचं स्वतःचं मेटाबॉलिझम असं काहीच नाहीये किंवा तो व्हायरस कुठेतरी बाहेर रेप्लिकेट होतो मग शरीरात शिरतो असं काहीही नाही. यामध्ये व्हायरसचा फक्त एकमेव रोल हा आहे की तो ह्युमन सेल्सच्या कॉन्टॅक्ट मध्ये येणं. And once it comes in contact with the human cell, the rest of the things they are performed by the human cell itself. And therefore, if we want to seek cure for this COVID, you have to play around somewhere in the human cell itself. You have to interrupt these stages, the stages that I have tried to show you in the cell. These stages you have to interrupt. Then only you can interrupt the replication of this virus. This is first thing. Secondly, then how come the vaccine works and what are the stages for development of a vaccine for COVID-19? So this is a rough picture. This is also I have borrowed from international research article that the reference I had given. So याच्यामध्ये जो काही हा इथं जे काही कनेक्शन होतं या व्हायरसचा जो स्पाइक प्रोटीन आहे तो स्पाइक प्रोटीन आपल्या होस्ट सेल मध्ये जे काही इंटरॅक्शन होतं हे थांबवण्याचा बऱ्याच ठिकाणी प्रयत्न केला जातो. सेकंडली, मोस्ट ऑफ द viral particles, if they get released in the blood cell, then the B cells they come, then T4 cells they come and they produce antibodies and then they neutralize. So this thing we call it as a immune system. Now I will tell you why I had given you so much on the cancer and the COVID. Just give me some liberty to deviate from the current talk. आपल्याकडे असं मानलं जातं की आपली जी प्राचीन पद्धत आहे, द ट्रेडिशनल लाईफस्टाईल आपण म्हणू की जी फार आदर्श मानली जाते की ज्यामध्ये लवकर उठणं, सात्विक आहार वगैरे वगैरे, these several practices they affect our body in various ways. They don't work on a targeted molecule the way the current allopathic drugs do. आपण ॲलोपॅथीचं एखादं जर का गोळी घेतली तर ती जशी टार्गेट वरती एकाच टार्गेट वरती जाऊन काम करते, त्याच्यापेक्षा वेगळ्या पद्धतीने आपल्या ज्या काही ट्रॅडिशनल ज्या काही लाईफस्टाईल्स आहेत ह्या वेगवेगळ्या टार्गेट्स वरती काम करतात. म्हणूनच ज्याला आपण पारंपरिक पद्धती म्हणतो, जीवन पद्धती, ही आपल्याला अशा अनेक रोगांच्या पासून दूर ठेवू शकते बाय मीन्स ऑफ strengthening our immune system. So what our body does in such scenario, या दोन ह्याच्यापासून आपल्याला वाचायचं असेल तर काय केलं पाहिजे किंवा कसे काही वाचले गेले लोक, even in the surge of the numbers, there were so many people, they were immune. They came out of this COVID scenario without much symptoms. So how come those people, they have, even though they came across the virus and still they don't get the symptoms? That is because of the immunity. So let us understand what is the immunity. Immunity is the body's natural defense system against various infectious disease. So immunity is such a system which recognizes the threat and prepares our system to counter that threat. So that entire system, we can call it as a immune system. So how this immune system works, how this immune system gets activated? It activates by triggering several external stimuli, such as infection itself. म्हणजे काही वेळेला जर इन्फेक्शन झालेलं असेल तर ते इन्फेक्शनच पुढच्या वेळेला त्याच पद्धतीच्या इन्फेक्शनला हे काउंटर करू शकतं. सो इम्यून सिस्टीम can be triggered by external stimuli, and this immune system is very specific. It is very specific to the infection. Immune system ही ज्या पद्धत, so in other words, for different infection, different immune triggers or different immune factors, they are designed. म्हणजे एकाच पद्धतीचं इम्यून सिस्टीम ही प्रत्येक इन्फेक्शनला काम करेलच असं नाही. सो इम्यून सिस्टीम can discriminate, it can distinguish between our own proteins, as well as it can differentiate between foreign entities, and that too different foreign entities can be discriminated, distinguished by the immune system. ज्याला आपण इम्यून सिस्टीम म्हणतो, इट इज ब्रॉडली डिस्टिंग्विश्ड इन 3 डिफरंट क्लासेस. ज्याला आपण इम्यून सिस्टीम म्हणतो, ही इम्यून सिस्टीम स्ट्रेंथन करण्यासाठी, हाऊ टू स्ट्रेंथन दिस इम्यून सिस्टीम, व्हॉट आर द सिग्नल्स और compounds that help to get a good immune system. These compounds are called as immunomodulators. These immunomodulators, they are broadly classified in 3 different categories. First one is immunoadjuvants, second one is immunostimulants, and there are some articles which have another group of compounds. They term them as immunosuppressant. Now these 3 classifications, they actually, this is not a strict, very stringent classification. This is based on the response of cells to the compounds. म्हणजे एखादा कंपाऊंड ह्यूमन सिस्टीम मध्ये गेल्यानंतर तो यापैकी कोणते इफेक्ट, कोणते परिणाम जास्त दाखवतो, त्यावरती त्याला आपण या तिन्हीपैकी एका क्लासमध्ये क्लासिफाय करतो. immunoadjuvants, immunostimulants and immunosuppressants. Very broadly I tried to give you these 3 different effects of immunomodulators. ज्याला आपण immunoadjuvants म्हणतो. They enhance the efficacy of a vaccine. So if someone is taking a vaccine along with these immunoadjuvants, he or she may find that the better results are obtained if it is taken along with immunoadjuvants. Then another class, that is immunostimulant, that is a resistance against autoimmunity. So we know that cancer is a sort of autoimmune disease. All allergies are supposed to be autoimmune. So these infections are because of these immunostimulants. And then to suppress these stimulants, there are some compounds which work as immunosuppressants. So these are the molecules that inhibit the immune system, and these molecules are also important when the surgeries for organ transplantations are done. काही वेळेला दुसऱ्या पद्धतीच्या ऑर्गन ट्रान्सप्लांट्स ज्यावेळेला केले जाते त्यावेळेला बऱ्याच ठिकाणी इम्यून सिस्टीम ही सप्रेस करणं अतिशय आवश्यक असतं. इन दोज सिनेरियोज दीज इम्युनो सप्रेसंट्स आर युज्ड. नाउ म्हणजे so far I have tried to give you a very short account of what is the scenario. Now, in my understanding, the scenario of cancer is horrible. In the recent months, the scenario of COVID has become very dominant. म्हणजे एका बाजूला कॅन्सर असेल किंवा कोविड असेल, या पद्धतीच्या अतिशय जोरात वाढणाऱ्या प्रचंड मनुष्यहानी करणाऱ्या या दोन रोगांच्या बाबत आपण जर बोललो तर या दोन रोगांना आवर घालणं हे सहजासहजी शक्य नाही. कारण हे दोन्ही जे काही डिसीज आहेत, both these diseases, cancer or COVID, they can be controlled only and only if the immune system is strong. Both these diseases, cancer or COVID, so far very few drugs have been claimed to have remedy over these two diseases. हे दोन्ही रोग पूर्णपणे बरा करता येतील अशा पद्धतीचे खूप कमी, किंबहुना अगदी हाताच्या बोटावरती मोजण्या एवढे ड्रग्स सध्या मार्केटमध्ये आहेत. अँड स्टील इट मोस्ट ऑफ दी drugs, they are under question. There is still arguments about the efficacy of these two drugs, and therefore the best thing is to avoid these diseases by means of enhancing the immune system. So this is actually relevance of immune system to these two horrible diseases, and how to enhance this immune system. Then comes the importance of our medicinal plants. Ata there are several phytochemicals which modulate the complex immune system to prevent the infection rather than treatment and cure the disease. So this is, I think, should be the takeaway of the lecture, की immune system ही जर का strengthen करायची असेल तर now immune system includes several players. Immune system is not a single player system. Immune system ज्याला आपण म्हणतो त्याच्यामध्ये बरेचसे components involved आहेत. And if you want to activate all those factors, all those players simultaneously, it can be done by means of medicinal plants only. Let me exaggerate and say that medicinal plants only can strengthen the immune system. Of course, there are some other means also which can enhance the immune system, but still, being a plant scientist or plant student researcher, I will say that the best factor, the best worker to enhance the immune system is the medicinal plants. And how these medicinal plants enhance the immune system? By means of several phytochemicals. Because these phytochemicals, now please understand, I'm not emphasizing on a pure compound basis. I'm not emphasizing a particular compound enhances the immune system. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की त्रिफळा चूर्ण सारख्या काही गोष्टी आहेत की ज्याच्यामध्ये आयुर्वेदामध्ये जर आपण बघितलं, the traditional system, it uses many combinations. It uses several processes of on the medicinal plants. त्याच्यामध्ये काही चूर्ण असतील, काहीचे मिश्रण असतील, दशमूळ आपल्याला माहिती आहे, त्रिफळा चूर्ण माहिती आहे, बरेचसे असे कंपाऊंड्स आहेत की ज्याच्यामध्ये प्लांटचा the entire plant is most of the time used. आणि मग अशा केसमध्ये की त्या प्लांट मध्ये असणारा एकच कंपाऊंड काम करेल असं नाही, त्या प्लांट मध्ये असणारे वेगवेगळे कंपाऊंड वेगवेगळे टार्गेट्स आयडेंटिफाय करतील आणि त्या टार्गेट्सना ऍक्टिव्हेट केलं जाईल किंवा मॉड्युलेट केलं जाईल. अँड देअरफॉर मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वेज टू एनहान्स द इम्युन सिस्टम. These phytochemicals, all of us know that they can be classified in alkaloids, flavonoids, terpenoids, polysaccharides. So you can see how diverse type of compounds they are present in the medicinal plants. म्हणजे एकाच प्लांट्स मध्ये तुम्हाला फायटोकेमिकल्स मध्ये अल्कलॉइड्स सुद्धा मिळतील, फ्लॅव्होनॉइड्स सुद्धा मिळतील, टर्पेनॉइड्स मिळतील, सॅकराइड्स मिळतील, ग्लायकोसाइड्स मिळतील. या सर्व गोष्टी तुम्हाला ॲलोपॅथीच्या एकाच टॅबलेट मध्ये मिळणार नाहीत. मेडिसिनल प्लांट, सपोज एक आपण मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स जर डोळ्यासमोर ठेवलं तर तुम्ही इमॅजिन करू शकता की अल्कलॉइड्स असतील त्याचं शरीरामध्ये होणारं मेटाबॉलिझम हे खूप वेगळ्या पद्धतीचं असेल, फ्लॅव्होनॉइड्स काही वेगळ्या पद्धतीने मेटाबॉलाइज होतील, टर्पेनॉइड्स दे विल फाइंड देअर ओन वे इन आवर बॉडी, lactones, glycosides especially, they will get transported, delivered or metabolized, काही म्हणा त्याला, त्याचा एक मार्ग वेगळाच असेल. सो if you consume a single tablet of allopathic medicine, I'm not against allopathic medicine, in several cases allopathy is the only way out, but so let us, for the sake of understanding of medicinal plant, let us assume that a tablet which contains a single compound, allopathyचा एखादा कंपाऊंड असणारे टॅबलेट जर कंझ्युम केली तर ती टॅबलेट त्याच्यामध्ये असणारा तो जो काही कंपाऊंड असेल, दॅट कंपाऊंड will have a same and similar channel of metabolism. त्याचं जे काही त्याच्यामध्ये मेटाबॉलिझम होईल त्याचा एकच चॅनल असेल, ते एकाच ठिकाणी जाईल, तिथंच काम करेल आणि it will get catabolized, तो त्याच्यातून बाहेर पडेल. But at the same time, if someone consumes a spoonful of churna of plant, medicinal plant, he is at the same time consuming alkaloids, flavonoids, saccharides, lactones, glycosides. आणि मग ज्या वेळेला ते शरीरामध्ये जाईल त्यावेळेला हे सर्व कंपाऊंड खूप वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीनं मेटाबोलाइज होतील, खूप वेगवेगळ्या टार्गेट मध्ये जातील आणि मग त्याचे त्या साइट्स वरती असणारे वेगवेगळे इफेक्ट्स होतील. सो देअरफॉर मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स कॅन वर्क इन diverse conditions, in diverse ways, and that is why that is what exactly I wanted to emphasize in this particular lecture. I know most of the things you already know, so this is just giving emphasis on the relevance of medicinal plants in this scenario. Now आता हे जे काही आपण म्हणतो त्याचा हाऊ टू युटिलाइज धिस इन मेडिसिनल प्लांटचा आपण एक सिनेरिओ मध्ये असं बघितलं की या काळामध्ये काही काळ बिफोर फ्यू मंथ्स अगो आय थिंक देर वॉज अ प्रिव्हेलन्स ऑफ डेंग्यू होते, देन देर वॉज त्याला 2-3 वेगवेगळे असे जे काही हे होते की ज्याचा खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती प्रादुर्भाव झाला. सो त्यामुळे लोकांच्या मध्ये देर इज एन अवेअरनेस ऑफ दिस मेडिसिनल प्लांट, बट ऍट द सेम टाइम सायमल्टेनियसली मेनी फार्मास्युटिकल कंपनीज दे हॅव ऑल्सो got attracted to these medicinal plants, and what they are doing is they are trying to design new therapeutic drugs taking lead from the medicinal plants. त्यामुळे medicinal plants ला आलेलं महत्व हे फक्त लोकांच्या किंवा common people, they have not only understood the importance of medicinal plants, but medicinal plants have got attention and importance from many pharmaceutical companies also. And most of the pharmaceutical companies, what they are doing is they are designing new drugs, taking lead from the natural products and phytochemicals. Not only for immune system but also for therapeutic drugs also. म्हणजे या प्लांट्स मधून काही ड्रग्स काढून त्याच्यापासून इम्युनोमॉड्युलेटर्स तयार करणं किंवा ड्रग्स तयार करणं, या दृष्टिकोनातून सुद्धा मेडिसिनल प्लांट्सना आता प्रचंड महत्व आलेलं आहे. Now, I have highlighted the importance of medicinal plant with respect to their use, how these medicinal plants they have attained importance in this scenario. Now, these are some challenges faced by the workers who are dealing with medicinal plants. The first and foremost challenge is deficiency of standard checking and quality control. How you are, suppose I am working with aspirin or diclofenac or any for the any other drug. If I am working, I know how much quantity is going to be there in the tablet, how much quantity is going to be there in the capsule. I can check that, I can quantify that, but it is quite difficult to have a standard checking on the herbal products. So that is one of the main constraints that are being faced by many workers who wish to exploit, who wish to utilize the important medicinal plants in a commercial manner or as a as a pharmaceutical drug. So that is the one of the main challenge. Then a low bioavailability, it went in the title itself, but that is the low bioavailability. That is also a very major constraint faced by medicinal or phytochemicals. The most well-known example you all people might be knowing is this curcumin. आपण ज्याला हळद म्हणतो, हळदीमध्ये असणारं कर्कुमिन वरती आता जगभरामध्ये इतकं त्याला महत्व आलेलं आहे. बट कर्कुमिन इज not that easily available. It has a very low bioavailability. So that is also a very common constraint that people face when they try to exploit, when they try to utilize medicinal plant in a very designed or structured manner as a pharmaceutical drug. Then inadequate quantity is needed for development and clinical use. If someone wishes to work on Brahmi, or if someone wishes to work on, say, Bringraj, Maca, or any other drug, त्याला अवेलेबल होणारं जी काही क्वांटिटी आहे, ज्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती ट्रायल अँड एरर एक्सपेरिमेंट्स असतील, परम्युटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन्स करायचे असतील, अशा केसेसमध्ये मेडिसिनल प्लांट्सचं अवेलेबल होणारं मटेरियल हे बऱ्याच वेळेला खूप कमी प्रमाणात मिळतं किंवा त्याच्यामधून मिळणारा प्रोडक्ट तुम्हाला हा अतिशय कमी क्वांटिटीमध्ये मिळतो. अँड दॅट इज वन a major constraint that people face. Then extremely diversified composition of a plant. म्हणजे लास्ट स्लाइड मध्ये मी जसं दाखवलं तसं की एकाच प्लांट मध्ये तुम्हाला सॅपोनिन्स असतील, काही वेळेला अल्कलॉइड्स असतील, त्याच्यामध्येच काही ठिकाणी ऑइल्स तुम्हाला बघायला मिळतील, शुगर्स आहेत, फ्लॅवोनॉइड्स आहेत, फेनॉलिक्स आहेत. सो प्लांट मटेरियल इज ए extremely diversified pool of these phytochemicals, and therefore you have to design different extraction strategies, or you cannot put all these phytochemicals in a single system. म्हणजे एकाच सिस्टीम मध्ये मला मी ऑइल्स पण काढू शकेन, अल्कलॉइड्स पण काढू शकेन, असं होत नाही. असं हे खूप डिफिकल्ट आहे. इट इज द ब्युटी ऑफ द आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ द प्लांट सेल्स दॅट they possess so many biochemicals, so many diverse phytochemicals in a single cell, but that is quite difficult for us to replicate in a commercial manner. आपल्याला कमर्शियली असं करायचं म्हटलं तर एकाच टॅबलेट मध्ये या सर्व गोष्टी मी घालतो. इट इज व्हेरी व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो दॅट इज ऑल्सो अ व्हेरी big challenge in designing, utilizing these medicinal plants as pharmaceutical drug. So these, how we can overcome, these are the three. I forgot to put the subheading over here. याच्यामध्ये आपण काय करू शकतो? So there are 3 गोष्टी आहेत की ज्या जर मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स मध्ये काम करणाऱ्या लोकांच्यासाठी चॅलेंजेस आहेत किंवा त्यांना त्याच्यामध्ये स्कोप आहे. दॅट इज नॉव्हेल आयसोलेशन टेक्निक्स. When we say novel isolation technique, that means feasible isolation techniques. म्हणजे मला जर का नरक्यासारख्या झाडामधून, ज्याला नरक्या किंवा अमृता म्हणतात, नोथोपोडायटिस निमोनियाना, which contains a alkaloid called as camptothecin. So if I have to extract camptothecin from nothopodatis, I have to use the stem or bark of the tree, and it will be difficult for me to process tons and tons of nothopoditis in a single bioreactor. So I have to go for novel techniques which will have a balance of efficiency as well as feasibility. म्हणजे एकाच वेळेला आपण ज्याला आपण आपल्या नेहमीच्या मराठी बोलीभाषेत म्हणतो स्वस्तात मस्त टेक्निक आपल्याला शोधल्या पाहिजेत की ज्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला फारसे इनपुट्स न देता चांगल्या पद्धतीचं एक्सट्रॅक्शन करता येईल. देन नॉवेल स्क्रीनिंग टेक्निक्स. स्क्रीनिंग, व्हेन वी से स्क्रीनिंग, हळदीचं पुन्हा मी उदाहरण देईन की हळदीमध्ये कुर्कुमिन कंटेंट किती आहे त्याच्यावरती त्याची प्राइस ठरते. पण हे कर्कुमिन कंटेंट मला जर का बघायचं असेल कोणत्या व्हरायटीमध्ये जास्ती कर्कुमिन कंटेंट आहे, कोणत्या व्हरायटीमध्ये उच्च दर्जाचं कंपोजिशन आहे, त्याच्यासाठी मला ज्या काही वेगवेगळ्या स्क्रीनिंग टेक्निक्स मध्ये जावं लागेल त्या फिजिबल असल्या पाहिजेत, सोप्या असल्या पाहिजेत, मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती आपल्याला करता आल्या पाहिजेत. So these are some areas where we can work. And of course, when we say about bioavailability, मी ज्यावेळेला bioavailability म्हटलं की येऊ घातलेले एक क्षेत्र आहे, दॅट इज नॅनो टेक्नॉलॉजी. नॅनो टेक्नॉलॉजी सारख्या काही गोष्टी आहेत की जिथं आपण ड्रग डिलिव्हरीमध्ये नॅनो टेक्नॉलॉजी आपण वापरू शकतो. अँड ऑफकोर्स इन सम केसेस दे ऑल्सो एनहान्स द इफिकसी ऑफ द ड्रग दॅट इज बीइंग डिलिव्हर्ड. सो दीज आर सम points that I wish to share with you all people. I think I am near to the end of my presentation. त्याच्यानंतर मी काही तुम्हाला प्लांट्स दाखवणार होतो पण I have omitted all those plants. Vidania असेल, plant tag असेल. So I will not be going into each and every plant. I will stay here only. मी इथेच थांबेन and I will take questions if you people have any questions about this presentation. Meshram sir, I have finished my presentation.
Yes,
I tried to give a brief account of the importance of medicinal plants and what are the areas that can be dealt in the scenario. हाँ sir.
just a minute. Some questions. Which question? A question. Any questions?
Okay, participants are requested to drop your question in chat box, or you can unmute yourself to ask your question directly. Participants in YouTube also requested to drop your questions in chat box at YouTube panel.
Hello. One question from audience. Antioxidant and blood purificated plant. Which are the antioxidant and blood purificated plant? हॅलो सर, निंबाळकर सर.
हा सर.
सर अँटीऑक्सिडंट आणि ब्लड प्युरिफिकेशन ला यूज करणं जनरल काही प्लांट्स आहेत का?
या
हा.
नाव यामध्ये सर अगेन there are sir again we need to understand that the I am getting sir hello.
Yes sir, Nimbalkar sir, you are audible sir.
Hello.
Yes sir, you are audible sir.
माझा आवाज येतोय सर?
Yes.
Now we need to understand that when we say antioxidant, again it is a collective term of a situation. म्हणजे आपण ज्याला अँटीऑक्सिडंट असं म्हणतो, अँटीऑक्सिडंट मध्ये सुद्धा खूप वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीचे प्रकार आहेत, बट ज्याच्यामध्ये फ्री रॅडिकल्स जनरेट होतात त्या रॅडिकलना आपण स्कॅव्हेंज करू शकतो, म्हणजे एकत्र पकडून त्याला सिस्टीमच्या बाहेर टाकणं, त्याला सुद्धा आपण अँटीऑक्सिडंट म्हणतो. किंवा अशा पद्धतीचे रॅडिकल्स कॅप्चर केले जातात आणि ते एका बाजूला ठेवले जातात, त्याला सुद्धा आपण अँटीऑक्सिडंट म्हणतो. आणि अँटीऑक्सिडंट मध्ये अँटीऑक्सिडंट दाखवू शकणारे बरेचसे कंपाऊंड्स आहेत, त्याचबरोबर बरेचसे एन्झाइम्स सुद्धा आहेत की जे अँटीऑक्सिडंट ऍक्टिव्हिटी दाखवतात. आणि जर अगदी थेरॉटिकली जर गेलं तर प्रत्येक प्लांटमध्ये अँटीऑक्सिडंट ही असतेच, बिकॉज इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ डिफेन्स सिस्टीम इटसेल्फ. म्हणजे ज्याला आपण डिफेन्स म्हणतो, प्लांटची स्वतःची जी डिफेन्स सिस्टीम आहे त्याच्यामध्ये अँटीऑक्सिडंट ऍक्टिव्हिटी असावीच लागते तरच ते प्लांट सर्व्हाइव्ह होईल, अदरवाइज it will get the cells will get damaged. So every plant have some or other level of antioxidant activity. पण मला लक्षात आलं की तुम्हाला काय विचारायचं आहे. आपल्यासाठी चांगले अँटीऑक्सिडंट प्लांट्स आपण ज्याला म्हणत असतो त्याच्यामध्ये ज्यामध्ये व्हिटॅमिन सी कंटेंट जास्त असतं, अशा पद्धतीच्या प्लांट्सना आपण अँटीऑक्सिडंट म्हणू शकू. आवळा आहे, त्याच्यानंतर इवन हिरडा बेहडा, दे आर ऑल्सो व्हेरी गुड अँटीऑक्सिडंट्स. या पद्धतीचे देर आर सेव्हरल अँटीऑक्सिडंट प्लांट ज्याला आपण हिरडा बेहडा आवळा हे जे 3 प्लांट्स आहेत त्रिफळा चूर्णचे, दे आर व्हेरी व्हेरी गुड अँटीऑक्सिडंट प्लांट्स.
हेलो सर, और एक क्वेश्चन है. कुछ प्लांट ऐसे हैं जिनकी मेडिसिनल वैल्यू बहुत ज्यादा है, ठीक है, बट दे आर एंडेंजर्ड, कम नंबर से है, तो उनको हम कैसे प्रोटेक्ट कर सकते हैं? हेलो निंबाळकर सर. हेलो.
They muted. Nimbalkar sir, unmute yourself, please.
Could you please repeat the question?
कुछ प्लांट ऐसे हैं जिनकी मेडिसिनल वैल्यू ज्यादा है, बट वो जो प्लांट है वो कम नंबर से है, एंडेंजर्ड लिस्ट में है, तो फिर ऐसे प्लांट को हम सेव कैसे करें?
Yeah, I got the question. There are so many plants that those are rare and but still they are having a tremendous potential. Now we have to, this is a sort of very big question asked to a very little person. You have to identify the potential and you have to design a separate program for utilization of those plants as well as conservation of those plants. I will give a very small example. In our region, we have a plant called as Dipcadi. It is a very good plant. Then there is one more plant called as Crinum. Crinum आपल्याला सर्वांना माहिती आहे की असे काही प्लांट्स आहेत की ज्याच्यामध्ये गॅलॅन्थामाइन नावाचं एक कंपाऊंड मिळतं. बट यू विल फाइंड दॅट दीज प्लांट्स आर इन व्हेरी लिटल पॉप्युलेशन. त्याचं पॉप्युलेशन खूप कमी आहे. सर्वांना आपल्याला माहिती असणार ज्याला आपण म्युकुना म्हणतो. म्युकुना सारख्या प्लांट मध्ये खूप वेगवेगळ्या पद्धतीचे चांगले कंपाऊंड्स आहेत, पण त्याचे पॉप्युलेशन कमी आहेत. In such cases, you have to bring those plants under cultivation. There is no other way. You cannot harvest, and you should not harvest those plants from the wild resources. The only alternative or the best suitable strategy is bring these plants. You have to standardize the package of practice for the farmers, and then only you at the same time you can conserve these plants and you can utilize those plants. ज्याला आपण सस्टेनेबल युटिलायझेशन म्हणतो, सस्टेन करणारं, त्या पद्धतीला आपल्याला करता येईल. बऱ्याचशा प्लांट्सचे आपल्याला कल्टिवेशन प्रॅक्टिसेस हे स्टँडर्डाइज करावे लागतील.
Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ghoshal ma'am. Dr. Ghoshal ma'am. Ma'am unmute करो. Ghoshal ma'am. Any questions? Okay, wind up करें. कोई questions? There are no questions. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request to Dr. Mardikar ma'am to give her remarks regarding our lecture. Dr. Mardikar ma'am.
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me the honor of being a chairperson of this very important webinar. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Trivedi sir, Principal B Patel College, Sakoli, Dr. Amit and Dr. Sanjay Meshram sir. There is very close relationship between plants and every human being. Dr. Mansigraj Nimbalkar, and his topic was relevance of medicinal plants in current scenario. He explained current scenario very well. He compared last decade as well as today's scenario. Today is COVID-19 and last decade was cancer. He explained about different types of cancers, and oh my God, there are 100 type of cancers are there. UV rays, smoking, genetic, pollutions, chemicals, हे सगळे फॅक्टर्स अफेक्ट करतात कॅन्सरला. हे त्यांनी खूप छान रीतीने आपल्याला समजून सांगितलं. देर आर 4 स्टेजेस ऑफ कॅन्सर, आणि एखादंच औषध कसं काय एखाद्या स्टेजला लागू पडेल हे पण त्यांनी खूप छान आपल्याला समजून सांगितलं आहे. कोविड ऍक्च्युली कसं काय काम करतं आपल्या शरीरात, आणि ते जर का डिटेल आपल्याला समजलं नाही तर आपण त्यावरचं औषध कसं घेणार किंवा औषध कोण कसं देणार. होस्ट सेल, बी सेल्स अँड इम्युन सिस्टीम. ही एक्सप्लेन इट व्हेरी वेल. भारतीय संस्कृतीचं महत्व सांगताना त्यांनी आपल्या पारंपरिक लाईफस्टाईलचं महत्व सांगितलं की लवकर उठायचं, लवकर झोपायचं, म्हणजे आपली लाईफस्टाईल जी आहे, इंडियन लाईफस्टाईल, भारतीय संस्कृती ही किती उत्कृष्ट आहे ह्याचंही त्यांनी आपल्याला समजून सांगितलंय. ही टोल्ड अस अबाउट इम्युनिटी इज द बॉडी नॅचरल डिफेन्स सिस्टीम्स अगेन्स्ट व्हेरियस इन्फेक्शन्स डिसीज. आणि 3 प्रकार त्यांनी ह्याच्यामध्ये समजून सांगितलेले आहेत. आणि कोविड असो किंवा कॅन्सर असो, हे दोन्ही रोग 100% बरे करता येतील असं औषध अजूनही तयार झालेलं नाही, हे त्यांचं मत त्यांनी सांगितलं आहे आपल्याला. म्हणून आपली इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम आपल्याला खूप स्ट्रॉंग करायला हवी असं त्यांचं मत आहे. Best worker to improve immunity system is medicinal plants also. आणि त्यांनी त्रिफळा चूर्ण म्हणजे फिटोकेमिकल्स वेगवेगळे प्लांट्स एकत्र येऊन फायदा होतो, ॲलोपॅथीच्या गोळ्यामध्ये हे शक्य नाही, किंवा साईड इफेक्ट्स पण जास्त आहेत आणि ह्याच्यामध्ये हर्बल लाईफ मध्ये साईड इफेक्ट्स खूप मिनिमम आहेत किंवा नाहीच हे त्यांचं म्हणणं आहे. He highlighted the challenges in its utilization as prospective pharmaceutical drugs very well. He also explained natural products and medicines are among the main contributors in the design and development of therapeutic drugs. He elaborated novel isolation techniques, nanotechniques in drug delivery. सरांचं लेक्चर इतकं साधं सरळ सोपं आणि खूप लेमॅनला समजेल असं होतं. मी तर एक स्पोर्ट्सच्या फील्डची असून मला ते खूप छान समजलं. आणि इम्युनिटी सिस्टीमसाठी सर आपण अगदी बरोबर बोलला आहात की हर्बल लाईफ हे आपण हे करायला हवं. ॲलोपॅथीकडे सगळे जातात. ठीक आहे, तुम्ही पण सांगितलं आहात की ॲलोपॅथीला काही ठिकाणी फक्त ॲलोपॅथी आहे, पण मॅक्झिमम आपण जर का त्रिफळा चूर्ण किंवा पहिल्या पण सेशन मध्ये जसं झालं होतं की अनेक मेडिसिनल्स आपण गुळवेल किंवा एक छान सांगितला होता प्लॅन त्यांनी की डायबिटीज साठी पण एक औषध झाड आहे, तेच त्याचे पानं खाल्ले तरी सुद्धा आपल्याला इन्शुलिन तयार होईल किंवा डायबिटीज कमी होईल. तर मी ह्याच्याबाबत तुमचं अभिनंदन करते आणि खूप सोपं छान समजून सांगितल्याबद्दल मी तुमची आभारी आहे आणि मी कॉंग्रॅच्युलेट करते पूर्ण ऑर्गनायझिंग टीमचे की इतका उत्कृष्ट आणि सुंदर वेबिनार तुम्ही ऑर्गनाइज केला. थँक्यू सो मच. Over to Sanjay sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Mardikar, ma'am, Dr. Nimbalkar, sir. Now I request to Dr. Kanchan Khapade to propose vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. I thank on the behalf of organizing committee. Thank you, sir, for your interesting speech about COVID related with humans, and you told 100 different types of cancers, list of cancers, role of COVID virus in your body and effect, how the effect of the medicinal plants, effect on human body, antitoxin plants. He told about Indian cultures and many more things. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank today's chairperson, Dr. Mardikar ma'am, to give her time. Thank you, ma'am. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Narkhede ma'am, ex-Department of Environmental Science, Nagpur, Dr. Mohuture sir, Dr. Jayashree Thavre ma'am, Dr. Khapekar sir, Dr. Dhabade ma'am from Department of Botany, Dr. Zadhav sir, Dr. Mahajan ma'am from Department of Zoology, Praveen Kumar sir, Department of Physical Education, Dr. Bagde sir, Department of Marathi. Thank you all. Over to sir.
Thank you, all of you. Now, we are going to valedictory start.
Wait for a minute. We are proceeding towards the valedictory ceremony in few minutes.
Welcome all of you. Our chief guest, Dr. Madhavi Mardikar, presently working as a head physical education department at Institute of Science as a coordinator, PGDD physical education department. Recipient of gold medal, Master of Education, cracked 2 times examination and 1 time state examination. He guided 5 research students, 4 awarded. Number of publications at national and international level. Life member of Indian Congress Science. Chief member of ANKM Nagpur. Invite as a resource person at Nagpur of places such as school, college, academic staff, college. Ex-board member of physical education and sport member. Board of Studies, Physical Education, member of organizing committee of All India Inter-University Tournament held at Nagpur in table tennis, badminton, kho-kho, kabaddi, etc. Cleared the state level examination for technical official in volleyball and athletics. Organizing committee of universities, badminton, volleyball, handball, table tennis tournament, as well as Ashwamed Krida Mahotsav. As a student, represent Maharashtra in volleyball for 10 times, represented Nagpur University for 7 times, and inter-district tournament for 2 times. Now, welcome, ma'am. Now, I request to Dr. Mardikar, ma'am, express his view on this webinar. Please, ma'am.
Okay. Respected Principal, B Patel College, Sakoli, Dr. Trivedi sir, my friend and my colleague, Dr. Narkede madam, Seema Bodke madam, organizing team, Dr. Amit, Dr. Sanjay, and all other. Thank you so much for giving me a honor of as a chief guest also. I just want to tell you one thing that plants are very much important in sports also. आंबे हळद असो किंवा एलोव्हेरा असो किंवा आम्ही लोक सुद्धा एक असे प्लांट्स घेतो की जे डायटरी सप्लिमेंट्स असतात. हा एक अतिशय खूप वास्ट आणि सुंदर सब्जेक्ट होता की म्हणजे आम्हाला इम्पॉर्टन्स ह्याचं तर कळलं की इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम आम्हाला आतापर्यंत एक असं माहितीच होतं की योगा किंवा पतंजली हे जसं खूप पुरातन आहे त्याचप्रमाणे आपली इंडियन कल्चरमध्ये जे अनन्यसाधारण महत्व आहे मेडिसिनल प्लांटचं ते सुद्धा आज खूप डिटेल मध्ये आम्हाला कळलं. कारण थोडं माहित असतंच पण जो ह्यांनी वेबिनार अरेंज केला त्याच्यासाठी मी सगळ्यांचं मनपूर्वक आभार मानते आणि अभिनंदनही करते की इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम आपल्याला जर का आपली स्ट्रॉंग करायची असेल तर आपल्याला च्यवनप्राश सारखे सर्व गोष्टी खायच्या आहेतच. त्याचप्रमाणे मी तुम्हाला त्याला एक थोडंसं असं कोरिलेट करेल की मी सुद्धा माझ्या घरी गुळवेल लावलेला आहे किंवा बऱ्याचशा गोष्टी ज्या असतात छोट्या छोट्या आयुर्वेदातल्या तुमच्या मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स त्या प्रत्येकाच्या घरी असतातच अगदी. आणि मग ते जायफळ असो त्याचं एक वेगळं इम्पॉर्टन्स आहे किंवा प्रत्येकच छोट्या छोट्या प्लांट्सचं इम्पॉर्टन्स आहे आणि ते प्लांट्स आम्हाला खूपशा ह्याच्यामध्ये स्पोर्ट्स मध्ये सुद्धा इम्पॉर्टन्स आहे. कारण हे सांगायला दोघंही सर विसरले की आंबे हळद हे खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे की इम्युनिटी वाढवण्यासाठी जरी आहे ते नक्कीच आहे. आपण साधी हळद सुद्धा दुधात टाकून आज पितोय आपली इम्युनिटी सिस्टीम स्ट्रॉंग करण्यासाठी. आणि मी खूप जास्त काही बोलत नाही कारण दोघांचंही लेक्चर अतिशय छान झालं आहे आणि मला इथे ऑनर दिल्याबद्दल थँक्स म्हणते आणि 2 शब्द संपवते. थँक्यू सो मच.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, today's president of the program, Dr. H.R. Trivedi, Principal, M.B. Patel Art, Commerce and Science College, Sakoli. Now, I request Dr. H.R. Trivedi, sir, for his presidential address. Unmute करा मला सरांना. Sir.
Trivedi sir, please kindly unmute yourself. Trivedi sir, please unmute yourself. Yes, Trivedi sir.
त्रिवेदी सर तुमचा आवाज नाही येते. अमित सर तुम्ही त्यांना एकदा म्यूट करा आणि परत अनम्यूट करा.
हा मॅडम.
हा आता अनम्यूट करा.
नहीं सर, आप एक काम कीजिए, आपका माइक्रोफोन निकाल के फिर से लगाइए आप. No sir, wait for a minute.
Wait for 2 minutes. चैट बॉक्स में फीडबैक लिंक दी गई है. त्याच्यामध्ये लिहिलंच काय आहे. कुणाला आपले अभिप्राय व्यक्त करायचे आहे का? बोडखे मॅम. बोडखे मॅम.
I am there.
हाँ.
You have chosen a very good topic for this webinar, and it was just an important thing that all the students come to know about the different medicinal plants from the lectures which the resource person has given. Number of medicinal plants they have shown us, though some of them were endemic to Himalayan region, as well as the Nimbalkar sir has shown us the actual process in which the virus is affecting our body. Along with that, some of the plants which are useful to maintain our immunity. Both the resource person has given us a very good information regarding the medicinal plants. And you all, I congratulate you all, the organizers, who have very well managed the today's webinar.
घोषाल मैम. डॉक्टर घोषाल मैम. डॉक्टर घोषाल मैम. ओके. डॉक्टर मोहतुरे सर.
अमित तुझं दे त्यांना. कदाचित त्यांच्या ह्याच्यामध्ये थोडासा प्रॉब्लेम असेल हेडफोन मध्ये.
हॅलो.
येस सर, यू आर ऑडिबल.
ठीक आहे ना. ठीक आहे.
येतोय आवाज.
So chief guest of Valedictory function, Madhi Madikar madam, and the two speakers from two different ends, from Himachal Pradesh, Sharma sahab and Nimbalkar sir from kolhapur.
अमित तुझा बंद कर. अमित तुझा बंद कर बेटा. सरांचा चालू राहू दे फक्त.
ठीक आहे. So we are very much thankful to all the speakers, chairman of all the sessions, and the organizing committee for conducting the interdisciplinary webinar rightly said, and we hope that in future we will get again your support. So on the behalf of management, Gondia Education Society, I am very much thankful to all the speakers, chairman, organizing committee for their support to conduct this seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I call upon Dr. Kanchan Khaparde to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. As all the good things come to an end in life, so is the end of the webinar. I am Dr. Kanchan Khaparde. I am here to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank all the speakers who shared their precious knowledge with all of us. Dr. Sharma sir, who spread his findings about the medicinal plants in the Himalaya region. Thank you, sir. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Nimbalkar sir for sharing his knowledge about the COVID related with the human beings. Thank you, sir. On the behalf of organizing committee, I thank today's chief guest, Dr. Dongawar sir, to spare his precious time for the webinar. I am grateful to Dr. Seema Borkhe ma'am to join this webinar and sharing her remarks. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Mardikar ma'am sharing the session and sharing her remarks. I also want to thank our principal sir for encouraging us to organize this webinar. I would also like to thank all the professors and head of the various departments for encouraging students to participate in this webinar. I also thank all the participants to join the webinar on Zoom app and YouTube also. I thank for your valuable attention. Thank you all for making this event a grand success. I would like to share one thing about our national webinar is 344 participants joined the webinar around the various regions of India. Some participants from more than 10 countries like Karachi, Nigeria, Sri Lanka, and many more. I express my special thanks to them. This event would not have been successful without the organizing committee. I am grateful to all the members of the organizing committee. I would like to thank all media persons from giving continuous coverage about the webinar. At last, thank you all to bless us with your presence. Officially declare that the webinar ends here. I wish you all a great day and good health in the COVID pandemic. Thank you. Thank you all. Over to Meshram sir.
Thank you so much, respected guest, chief guest, president, speaker, and audience. Thank you very much. Now I think meeting is end.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. The feedback link for the certificate is dropped in chat box, also in YouTube chat box. So participants are requested to submit the feedback, and you will receive the e-certificate after successfully submission of feedback form. Okay. So again, thank you very much to all of you for being part of this webinar. So again, once again, thank you very much.